it was...
I mean, where's the surprise at?
Last night or the night before, she came home at like 2 or 3 with a bunch of people, and they all went into Jessica's house. Oh my God.
Again, what's the surprise?
It's crazy.
There's no surprise there. She's a piece of shit. Just because she's younger doesn't mean she can't be a piece of shit. Working man.
Uh-oh, does she have a bee's nest too? So do we. What do you guys charge to get rid of them?
Wow.
Where is it?
It's up in the siding in the corner where the porch is.
You can't get to that with,
No. Spray.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was asking. $250.
No, thank you.
We're tenants, so yeah, good luck with that, right?
Is this all you do?
Thank you.
Yeah. This is all I do ever.
Holy shit. How much is this? I know you like this sidewalk. Get that.
She must not have any black in her. Nine people like walking down the middle of the fucking street.
Ow.
You want me to take
Trying
it?
to answer it.
Oh. Oh, you can hear his future victims speaking. Oh yeah? You can hear voices in your head now?
Leave it. Leave it.
You must be a Jake Lane supporter. Huh? Shit is big fucking rock in the backyard she was chewing on earlier. It's like this fucking big.
She takes them off my plant rack. Carries them through the house and chews them.
What the fuck is she chewing on rocks for?
I don't know.
Doesn't it hurt? Yeah, this Jake Lang thing is Jacob Lang is I mean it's like so strange because
Stop. Stop.
it's so obvious what they're doing and what's happening. You know, this guy is a fucking Israeli op. It's not even a question. It's not even like if you think he's a Christian, he's not. He's not. He's trying to. He's successfully going on, and you're seeing it fucking everywhere, man. I am seeing so many posts about should we get rid of Muslims, huh?
Watch her for a second. Oh, she's not gonna let me let her go.
Should we be getting Islam out of the country and Islam, you know? Because Christianity has such a great history. Well, I should be your favorite. I'm the best. I'm the only one I know talking about this shit like I do. Wife can't text with one hand.
Because my fingers don't reach over there to the other side of the keyboard.
Yeah. But you do have big hands and feet for somebody your size.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, true prophet, stick around and you'll have your third eye opened. Who, me? Yeah, you're right. I am a true prophet.
I gotta check out this video Tony sent me. It's something about Conjini. I wonder if Louie's okay. Asked her
Gracie.
if she needed anything from
That's
Rebels.
weird.
She said, oh, I might let me check.
Is it, I see everything you're saying. I feel connected with your words. Well, you know, I can't blame you. I hope you're connected with the idea that we, Goyim, need to rise up and eliminate this chosen fucking cancer. I mean, I can't think of a situation where anybody would be like, no, let's keep the cancer. Let's keep the cancer because it'll get better.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh,
This fucking idiot. fucking
You should
idiot.
have heard Ian talking about the dude in the yellow.
Look at, and then this is right next door. You know
Yeah.
he's pissed.
Yeah. That's Carrie's house. The Trump side.
Okay.
Jessica's friend.
Come on.
Come here, Mama. Come on, this way. And then
Tula, come on.
stop.
Come on, Tootsie. Good girl. They're putting moves on you. I'm a proud woman. Yeah, they're not used to, like these idiots, they're not used to anything like that. You know, and they're desperate because they can't actually make any reasonable arguments against anything I'm saying, or, you know, so it's just a bunch of desperation. Ted Nugent for president. Yeah, that'd be great, that fucking psycho.
Fucking
Yeah.
racist.
It's just, you know, like you're seeing it everywhere. Like they're clearly providing us with everything. You know, if you're falling for Dan Bilzerian, you know, I mean, I know why. I see why. You know, he's saying all the right things against the friars, against Israel. But at the end of the day, the dude is a psychopath. He's a Christian psychopath. And it's weird how everybody seems to not understand, like, Christianity is not this great thing that's made the world a better place. You know, Christianity has been used to oppress people and separate and divide and, you know, all that.
I'm sorry,
forever.
did you want a bark bar?
Huh?
Did you want a bark bar?
Bark bar?
Remember Nick used to call those bark bars.
Oh, yeah.
We walked over a bunch.
Wow, look at this shit coming. It's gonna rain, maybe.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain for the day. That's what I thought. We better
supposed to rain
tire
all
her
day,
ass
right?
out now. Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna go extra long today.
As long as my leg can be on the bed.
You know I brought two for a reason. Hawk 2. I mean, I just, you know, to me, it's all just so obvious. You know, what's up, Cece? If I wasn't able to do what I do, so hate cutting the corners because that's what she thinks to do. If I wasn't so good at this, and if I wasn't able to say these things so freely and so you know, what's up, Cece? So unmolested, then I can understand, you know, if people were making arguments against what I'm saying, then yeah, I'm crazy and blah, blah, blah. But people go to great lengths to say dumb shit, but they never really debunk or, you know, anything that makes me even second guess what I'm saying. You know, the thing about Jake Lane is Jake Lane's gonna end up, you know, dead, Charlie style, where it's gonna be, you know, it'll be some sort of weaponized thing. Like he'll get some sort of position, and then he'll think about the Charlie thing. Really, think about, like, how come that's never happened with a president? How come that's never happened with somebody that matters? I mean, sniper rifles are available. There are snipers everywhere. You know, people train on that shit, and there's all sorts of weaponry like that. There are all sorts of ex-soldiers and shit. Oh, how it feels so real, lying here, no one near, only you, and you can't hear me when I say softly, slowly, hold me closer, tiny dancer. It's a weird thing.
Very good.
Okay? Fuck Jesus, you are correct. Fuck Jesus. Fuck Allah, fuck God, Muhammad, you know, all of that shit. All of those Abrahamic control schemes Because that's all that ever is. Let's just go down to the ice cream place. You know, these are all Abrahamic control schemes. They're used to keep us in a submissive position of you know, to be dominated. And to have, look at that. I can't believe they took that shit down.
I know.
Crazy.
They said it's gonna be
Be a.
oh, my brain just stopped. It's gonna
Matt, what's happening?
be, it's all gonna be one, that building, and that's gonna be the parking lot for it.
Jesus, look at that.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain.
Oh.
I can't believe this is a barber shop. Like, I've never
I know.
seen anybody going. It looks like a front.
Might be an appointment only type place.
Looks like a front.
It might be a front. No, keep going.
Person of color. You're not gonna follow the guidelines. Let the person go.
Hmm?
I said person of color. Look at this, strictly charging station, level 2. What? I know, I see them. I've never seen it before. Just pull up and charge your car. I wonder how much it costs. It's going to pour here, over 3 inches of rain forecast for today where I'm at in Pennsylvania.
It's supposed to be clear tomorrow, though.
Whoa. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, come over. Well, no, don't walk through the grass because you won't see what you're stepping on.
Right. Come over here, Mama. Hey, stop pulling this way.
God, that's a dumb dog. That's a dumb dog. What's up, Thor?
Coming.
Softly.
What do you have Dad here, too?
I'd like to do that song, but I can't get myself to say "Hold Me Closer,
No,
Tiny
don't.
Dancer" on wax.
I think it was some old dude and some young little girl being, no.
Well, we have to ask who Bernie Taupin wrote it about.
Well, he's a fucking pedophile. He's part of Hollywood, right?
That's really what it seems like. That's
Yeah,
what's so fucking
so-
crazy.
You don't need to ask. You already know. It's gross.
It's a strange culture. And of course, it's all controlled by one group. Always has been, always will be. And you could see, like, I mean, it's all the same, you know, manipulation, stupidity, you know, false promises, false rewards, all of it. It's all the same. You guys, any of you Sean Paul Reyes fans? Long Island Audit, that dude is a fucking hero. What he's doing, what he's done, like, talk about a bravery. Like I can't imagine. That dude is, with Brian Fahey spit in his fucking face, I don't care who it is, I wouldn't have been able to maintain control. I would have hit that piece of shit. Little bitty guy all in his face too. Boom. Oh, so you like your dudes with short hair? Is that what you're saying? Matt Steiner. You prefer dudes with short hair? I bet you're bald too. Okay. I wonder if they'll make me fuck Israel shirts.
I've been wanting to go in there. They might? Good
Hang on a
morning.
second. Let me go ahead. Do you have any, so I can make any shirts I want about Israel and you'll, sweet. How much are they? Shirt, basic design?
Just on the front?
Yeah.
Between 20 and 25.
Cool, cool. Talk to you soon. Yes, he will make them. I asked, is there any limitations to what you'll do? And he was like, I said, so.
How much?
Yeah, 20 to 20, 25 to 30 bucks.
I can get it a little cheaper.
I mean, I don't know if you can. I don't know why you haven't yet. That's literally all I would wear. If I had some fuck Israel, like there's a few shirts I want to make, but, and really, I'd much rather make, you know, fuck friars, fuck Judaism shirts than anything. It's a start. It's a start. They're just so awful. It's just all so awful.
Little lady, turn. Just going this way doesn't mean you pull. Okay? No. Slow. Slow. Slow.
I want, like it's, we're talking about something that is so much more important than anything else. You know, protecting the Jewish children is the most important thing we can do as a society right now. And, you know, that needs to be expressed at all times, in every situation, everywhere we go. We need to start building this up, building up this resistance, building up this army, because we're in a war, and look at, that's weird. Why is it green?
Yeah.
Right along the sidewalk.
Hey, handsome boy. You're so cute.
She's so dumb.
Oh, the little tough guy.
Oh, shush.
Oh my god, look how cute he is. Oh my god, he's so cute. That little face. He looks like he has a face of a big dog, the body of a little one. Ow, 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 ow.
I was gonna say the same thing about you.
Okay, chill out, lady. Don't pull me. This stuff hurts. Hold on. With my foot being numb, it picks stuff up, and I can't feel it, and then I step on it, and it's a
Battle for the Mines, NGA, that's Monopoly. Bob is at war. Bombs over Baghdad.
calm down.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
No. Look how that porch slopes.
I'm sure that's good. I'm sure that's how it was designed.
Jesus Christ, that's a big slope.
Yeah, it is. Looks like it must have sank a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a big house.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have AC, look.
That's,
All that big ass house, and you gotta have individual units.
wow.
The song lyrics, but yeah, it's all planned.
It's beautiful.
And if people paid more attention to mainstream lyrics, they'd see right through the BS. I mean, most of the songs are just shit.
Look at it.
Look at that house. That house is awesome. And they have the Black Lives Matter thing on their
Yeah, they get
driveway.
in trouble. They're doing the front yard is intentional.
Yeah.
It's not all weeds.
Oh, I know.
And they're fighting with Redford right now.
I mean, it's pretty fucking stupid when you think about it. What do you care? How does any of that
Because it
affect
looks
you?
like blight is what the people, the
Because you-
conservative Republicans keep saying.
Because you don't
I
like,
want green grass.
right, you don't like nature-looking things. You like it to be.
They don't want pollinator gardens. They don't want you to grow food of any sort. No tomatoes or anything. They just want grass.
Grass, grass, grass. Everybody needs to look the same. Look the same, follow the rules.
redid the front of my big house with the stone like that. Good morning.
Great work, man.
Looks beautiful. Yeah,
I mean, I sort of make the joke about it, but the more I think about it, the crazier it is. Tell me about any other song than Tiggo's, our song, that's about boobs. I mean, there's countless songs about fucking asses. Asses.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
There you go.
Ass and titties.
That's a great one. That song, and that song's got to be 30 years old.
That's why I know it.
Right.
Are we going here?
Nope.
No.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties. That's some Detroit shit. You know, most people don't know that song.
Yeah, probably not.
Outside of Detroit,
Morning.
the Friday night dance parties.
Uh-huh.
Come on, dummy.
This way, lady. Yeah. Do you?
What do you think about Black history? It's fake. It's all history, and history is fake. That's the thing. Whoa, what the fuck are those big yellow? Are those hoses? Ow, fuck, that hurt.
No, I think it's a
There's a hose.
line that they need to run.
Okay, so the Roman Empire is fake. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at what the Roman Empire supposedly created, it by far surpasses anything we can do today.
You're safe.
You good?
You're safe.
You need me to take her?
She's
You know, it's just stupid. It's like they came up with a bunch of narratives to explain all the things that don't make sense, that don't fit the narrative. Oh yeah, this was the Holy Roman Empire there. I mean, just think about how you would even control such an empire. You would even control such an empire without the communication networks we have. I mean, it really is dumb. You know, that anybody, like, when you're talking about shit that takes months to get people to, you know, to go from one place to the next, how would you even go about it? Pigeons and all that shit. Look at this dumbass is going to keep giving examples. So ancient China? Yes. Anything that you bring up is fake. Look at that house, is awesome. Even has a big garage in the back. Look at that shit with the two big windows. That's great. You know, when you look at the oldest videos of anywhere, like it was really surprising for me the other day when I looked up. You know, I was looking at the 1900s footage, and I just popped in my head, let's check out China. You know, and we started looking at China. We started looking at how they have scrolls going back.
There's no way they could create them.
Mm.
I mean, yeah.
History isn't fake. It's manipulated. A good researcher knows this.
Well, there's always some truth to the lies, but
There's not always some truth. There usually is, but you know. We're talking, like I say, when I look at the old footage of Hong Kong, and it looks like Europe, it looks like New York, it looks like San Francisco. It just, like, what do you mean? Why does it look like that? How did it all get that way? You know, that earthquake, or that San Francisco 1906 footage, it just doesn't fucking... You know, if you look at that and you don't have any questions, if you're just like, yeah, 1900s, that's what it looks like. So many times in those videos, the streets are just lined with people, and they're just sort of aimlessly walking around. They're not doing anything. They're not even like carrying a bunch of stuff like they went to the store, or they're like none of that. They're just sort of walking around, almost like it's just one big setup. You know, they were just setting up the movie that we see. And the thing is, like, if, you know, just look at Hollywood. I mean, they're capable of doing all kinds of shit. They're capable of presenting all kinds of shit that looks real one way or another, or, you know.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
More.
Morning.
It's all bullshit. And I don't know why for me, history was always fascinating. Always. I was always wow, they're selling that house. It was always fascinating to see, you know, the narrative that we're given. But then the older, what you?
An old dude with a beard that lives here. Yeah.
Wow.
Across the street.
Across the street.
And go that way because of that. Nasty.
Okie dokie. So World War I and World War II are both fake. What we're told is, for sure, the whole holocaust thing is absolutely fake. I use credible media outlets and writers and culture and politics of the time, study the time period, and form an assessment, you mean. Well, let's just go back around. Oh, where the fuck we walked all the way over here and missed that small section. But like, you'll see the story of what it is once you dwell into history. Once you dwell into history? Are you trying to sound smarter than you are? And using words incorrectly? Yeah, we're straight. We're straight, dog. We're straight.
The thunder's rumbling.
I just farted. You know, we all know this really common phrase, right? History was...
Written by the winner.
She guessed it. Of all the things that it could have been, she guessed. And she's female. Uh-oh. We better hurry up. The thunder's coming. It's hard to tell you. Look at this tree. Oh. Look how crazy that shit looks. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's like a Pac-Man. So you're indoctrinated and use their sources. That's not how it works. That's literally the equivalent of believing in God, because you already believe in the Bible. To dwell is to live in or at specified places. To dwell is to live in. To dwell on something is to think about it long after that you should have stopped. Long after the thing is done, you're still hanging on to it. And then there's a dwelling, which is a place where people live.
Hi. Thank you. Hello.
Fucking hate, man. God. Such a good God, huh?
I missed it.
Creating fucking special kids.
Oh.
How could you just, what the fuck? The amount of lives that affects.
Yeah.
It's just insane. What does that have anything to do with what you created on? You can dwell into the past through books, my friend, but I digress.
You can delve?
Dwell? Yeah, I think
you looking for delve?
Delve is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, not dwell.
Delve into history, yes. Dwell is, like I say, you're thinking about it long after.
Or to...
Wow, that's a big fucking dog. Wow, that's a big dog.
He's pretty. It's a golden lamb.
Yeah, he's still huge. He was all sneaky as shit,
He
too.
was. That's why he got so scared. Okay.
Yes, but the past doesn't automatically explain the present. Well, you know, again, you need me? But like I say, the idea of you know, history being written by the winners, and like it's all manufactured. The reality is, you know, most of us, and I don't know how long you've been alive. Oh, I have 0 viewers and 5 likes. Yet we can see that there are multiple people talking on the feed. That in itself just shows you that just because you're presented with something doesn't mean it's true. And as far as, you know, things go, you just don't know. You've only been alive for so many years. No. Might be a poop. No, it's a hair tie.
No.
There's dead squirrels up here.
Yeah, they must get zapped up there. That's the third one I've seen there.
It must be some sort of
Yeah.
uncovered something.
Yeah.
Yuck. Yuck. Why don't we walk up this street? Because then we don't have to cross paths with those cats. I always feel so bad. I get mad. But like, I mean, I watched the what's it called? God damn it, Jimmy Stewart movie about Lindbergh, and you know, the first flight. Let's go this way. Go this way. I don't want to go in front where the cats are. Say I get mad. Don't want to get mad.
Oh, baby. I haven't seen the other two lately, just the one.
And the point is, history and any story can be fabricated. Yeah, I mean, like I say, even right now, you know, we only know what they want us to know. That's it. That's all. You know, you might have a strong feeling one way or another. Whoa.
Chickens. Yeah. We're allowed to have chickens.
That's fucking hilarious. But like this, the narrative that we're given, officially, all the official people who write the history books and whatnot, they say, well, there's no genocide happening. Israel's the good guy. They tell you, you're not allowed to hate Judaism. You know, you should hate Islam though. Hoo. Those Muslims, man, they are bad. And just you see it, what's happening. And this is just what we know about because the news tells us about it. The world is so huge. And there are so many fucked up things happening. Governments and you know, all these different doing fucked up things to different people. And we just don't know about it because it's not what they want us to know about.
I know, Mama. We're going to get home.
You know, the one thing I've learned in this whole journey is like, you know, I look up stuff all the time. And my only real source, it's funny when people cry about it. You know, you use Wikipedia. Well, yeah, what else should I be using? This is the most official, you know, conglomerate of, you know, history. This you know, the whole thing is it's like the encyclopedias that we grew up with. Right? It's named Wikipedia because of that. They move? No. And this notion that, well, anybody can look at the pretty flowers.
I know, they're so beautiful. A hibiscus too, I think. Gorgeous.
Yeah, anybody can edit Wikipedia. Yeah, but you can't. You can suggest an edit on Wikipedia.
You used to be able to.
You couldn't. It was
Back in the day?
no,
Yeah.
you couldn't. It was always the idea of you could suggest it. There's always been Wikipedia editors. You can't have a page that people have, unlimited, unfettered interest access to. Because there are assholes out there that will just go in, click edit, click select all, click delete, and then click save. And if anybody just had the ability to do that, then they could just fuck your whole shit up. They sold people on the idea of that people can edit it, but you can't. Again, you can suggest it. And then a lot of times you can't even do that. They don't even give you that illusion. But 2010, all the way back in 2010, Naftali Bennett, who is currently in the race for Israel's next PM, I guess. I didn't think they could get rid of Netanyahu the way that they put him in. I thought that they set it up so that he can only be removed if he quits or dies or something. But Naftali Bennett says it right to the IsraelNationalNews.com that everything on Wikipedia is balanced and Zionist in nature.
That's a serious one. Come on, Tootsie.
Fuck you in Tel Aviv, you dumb piece of shit. Oh look, joined 4 years ago, has no subscribers. But he's fact check. He's fact check. This is fucking stupid. You're just fucking stupid, man. Matt is nothing. Like, no offense to Matt or anything like that, but as far as like, Matt's just a regular guy. He's not out there kicking down doors or trying to be the truther or anything like that. And Matt's been here for 13 years and has 67 subscribers. Just a regular person with 67 subscribers, just through activity. People commenting on this or that, and then people, subscribing or whatever.
Nope. Now we go.
Corner cutter?
It's faster, Dad. I'm all about efficiency.
What about the ancient civilizations like the Mayans? Oh yeah, you know how it's like history's fake? I meant history's fake except for the Mayans. That's what I meant. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. Come the fuck on. I'm really worried about the 30s. Because in the history that we're given, the 30s are always a tumultuous time. 1830s, the 1730s, 1630s.
1930s.
Oh yeah, the 1930s, yeah. That's what I totally forgot about that one. But it's all bullshit. Oh, or the Mesopotamians. Yeah, that one too. Right. I meant to say it's all fake, but the Mayans and the Mesopotamians. That's what I meant to say.
Come on.
God, she's dumb. And it's the kind of shit that, like, this is how they they manipulate us. They tell you that this guy, he has on this white coat, and he has a Finkelstein name, and he's an authority.
And here it comes.
And so you
gotta go potty really quick, Tula.
Plenty of time.
Huh?
Plenty of time.
It's raining. You didn't feel it?
There we go. We got home. Must be God looking out for us.
Come on, Tootsie. We gotta go potty really quick. Can you make go potty quick?
Oh, let me do this shit, Jeff. Hang on.
Oh, I do that anyway.
Yeah, she's not gonna do anything. Go.
Go potty, hurry up.
Go potty. Go potty. I can see you're waggling. You gotta poop. Go. Dude, that's a big rock. You do not need to be chewing on a rock. Seriously. Iraq or Iran. Go! Go potty. Go potty. Go. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty to Go! Is that bee messing with you? Go poop. It's gonna be raining all day, girly. Good girl, go potty. Go poop. Go poop. Oh, why'd she let the big dumb out? Oh. Shouldn't have let the big dumbass out. Come on. He's not going to, and he can hold it. Let's go. All right, dude. Go. Come on, let's go. Get in the house. All right, dude. What are you doing? You stay out here in the rain? Does that sound like fun? I'm not, so goodbye. Come on, man. Come on, big dumbass. Let's go. Good boy. Come on. Up. Go. Come on, shout it. You know that song, that Asian song? It's like everywhere.
Oh, here he comes. He's 2 peeks around the corner for you.
Where it is?
Young boy, I'm going like eat. Oh.
No, this song.
All right, I'm gonna run the levels. I'll be back.
Yep, bye.
Just to go lay down. I know you're tired.
It's called Karma Code, I believe. This song, yeah.
When I tell you that I give it my all, I give it my absolute all to give my clients the
What
life
are you doing?
that
Shut up. You've heard this song. It's got great beat.
Yep, what up, Jack?
老天保佑，金山银山前路有。老天教唆别管江湖龙虎斗，老天叮嘱这辈子我散不丢。
You wouldn't assume that song is about fucking God and Jesus. You wouldn't assume it's a religious song, but it's a religious song. Words are all about God and stuff. Things, stuff, and junk. Oh, look, we have another random friar on here because I'm wrong and I'm crazy. So all these friars, they just happen to be on here. Every time. Oh, look, there's another page. Look, we have another one. Oh, see, look. Like, this is shit AI.
Quick observation.
This is what somebody who barely knows what they're doing.
It's just straight up stupid. People see some old buildings and a couple of maps and decide there was this huge advanced civilization that got completely erased from history. Come on, that's not how any of this works.
Yeah, that's not how things
Architecture,
work.
engineering, and historical records
Jews
don't
are
just vanish
famous
like
for
that.
telling the
It's
truth.
classic conspiracy nonsense.
Classic
Completely
conspiracy
stupid.
nonsense.
My hair's
Completely
still
stupid.
long and goofy under this kippa.
It seems weird that, like, again, that this is what inspires people. I'm so fascinated by motivation and by, you know, like, you gotta let me know what fuels you, what motivates you to do whatever you do. And to think that now we have this dumbass is making fake page, like a fake me page, but it doesn't even look good. You know, it's actually terrible. Dude, you're so stupid. You're talking about the universe when you're a big old God believer. Apparently you don't know what your Bible says.
I am sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee. And he fills it only halfway. And before I
Gotta
get
love the
up,
videos.
he's looking out the window at somebody coming in. It's always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter to the woman who has come in. She is shaking her umbrella.
No, I'm asking you personally. Do you really think I sit here and waste time thinking about that shit?
Instead, for the milk, I open up the
Talk about a waste of time trying to figure out what made the universe, what made the earth, all that stuff. You don't know. You can't know.
turning to the horoscope and
They just come in here and bother you. People are looking sad to deal with that type of shit. I tweaked out by now. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel that way. It's supposed to affect me that way. I'm supposed to be so frazzled and upset and interfered and all that shit. Like I'm supposed to quit.
I'm trying not to notice this.
He believed stars. I'm just wondering now, or does he believe NASA made them up? What makes you think that those little dots in the sky are the same thing as the big, light source that moves around our Earth? Like, it's just stupid. And again, it's all a waste of that time and energy. At the end of the day, we're talking about something we can't know the truth on until we override who controls that truth. And currently, the people that control the truth, use Artemis, the Artemis narrative. We're supposed to believe what they say based on bullshit like Artemis. And if you saw the Artemis bullshit and you still believe after that, like I don't know how to, I don't relate to that. I saw the Artemis shit and I thought, wow, that's really fake and stupid. But I guess you believe it, right? Why do you beliefs, you hominid? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad you ask fucking good questions that make sense. You don't like this as content. Why do you keep yourself around and torture yourself? This is the real question. There's two answers here. The majority of these pricks are bots, are agents, are here because that's what their assignment is, trying to get the points. But on the other side, truth is fucking sexy. Not saying everybody wants to fuck me, although I know a lot of them do. But truth is attractive. And you can claim you don't like it all day. You can cry. But you keep coming back because you're drawn to it. And it would be one thing if you were debunking me, or at least attempting to. But most of the time, it's just crybaby. Like I said, the idea that there would be any Jews on my feed is so unlikely. They make up 0.183% of the world's population. Meaning every single one of them that's here, if they were here organically, to match the population numbers, I would have to have like 500 to 550 normal, decent, regular people watching to account for every one of the friars that's here. And yet, I have multiple friars here. Multiple disgusting piece of shit friars. Not only to have multiple friars here, they're here every day, blah, blah, blah. These guys are making pages about me, making entire channels about me, videos about me. And the best part about the videos is they're not like debunking what I'm saying. they're in an effort to trick people into thinking I went back against everything I said. They're trying to make it seem like I had a change of heart or something, or I converted to the friarism, and through my conversion, everything I've said in the past. Everything I've said in the past, suddenly I'm all for it. I'm bored. We're here. I know you're here, you dumb fucking coward. But that's the point. See, again, the inbreeding just has these guys so stupid. You know, it would be a completely different scenario if like I say, if any of them had the balls enough to make the Guy William Sucks video. To say and then yeah, we're here within 45 seconds. That seems to be about the limitations it takes. The signal to go out, people to get the notification, then come to their feed, and then comment. It takes about 45 seconds.
Normal phenomenon would have inspired an artist. So where are the paintings of guys looking like this?
Move, butthead. I mean, it's always the same. I'm always asking you guys the same shit. I'm always trying to talk to you about the same shit.
Look, Mommy, there's an airplane up in the sky.
5 views, 3 likes, totally makes sense. Or, yeah, 5 views, 3 likes, it all makes sense.
I think the everyday, ultra-rare Halo say the most when placing blame. Not accepting that strange just happens now constantly. Their nonsense breeds more nonsense. An honesty conference is fondest when free. We believe what we see and disagree when we're...
I mean, it's just so weird. Can you imagine if I made my feed and it was all about, well, I don't like the fries because they're stupid and because their noses and because look at the way they dress, and that was all I ever said. You know, it would be a completely different thing. I would have no credibility. I would just be another fucking hater. But I think that the information I present to you is something that any decent, caring, loving, reasonable human being would feel the same way. The idea that the whole 3 years and 1 day thing, that should be enough for anybody. You might think I'm crazy. You might think this, that. You have a whole bunch of indoctrination keeping you where you are. But you don't know. Right? You don't know. And then I go, okay, well, they believe in this, right? And you go, oh, no, that's just a conspiracy theory. That's not true. There's no way. And then I read you the actual Talmud, the actual scripture that tells you exactly how they view 3 year and 1 day old little girls. And talks about, you can rape them, and once you rape them, if you work out the contract with their father, once you rape them, they become yours. I mean, it's. Well, this isn't rocket surgery we're talking about here. Just making sure. And I don't think you've ever seen anything like this before. And if you have, I'd like to know who it is. I'd like to talk to that person. And if there's somebody else you've seen that has even slightly something similar, 1 viewer, 7 likes, you can show me something similar. I'm all ears. All eyes and ears, I should say. You know, I'd like to not be so alone in this. It's not like this is some... I mean, it's a badge of pride to a degree, but it's frustrating and it's irritating and it's all that shit. But I'd like to know that there are other people out there that get the same treatment. And if they do, I'd like to know what for. You know, what do they say that gets them in trouble? It's just weird because, you know, I don't have any sort of bias. I don't have any sort of, you know, belief structure that I'm attached to. And because of that, I turn a blind eye to this or that, or I look, you know, I look the other way or whatever. You're telling me entire histories, entire cultures, the Italian, Chinese, Native American, black people, all fake. Yes, all those people are fake. They don't exist. I mean, there are tons of people, yourself included, who believe in Sky Daddy. Based on nothing. No proof whatsoever. No evidence. Just nothing. If anything, again, the evidence is against it. Especially if you believe in, you know, the rest of the narrative. You believe in science. You believe in, you know, history and whatnot. It's like if you believe in dinosaurs, where does Adam and Eve and all that shit fit in? Funny how it's not mentioned.
It's time for the ball to flatline. It's time for the ball to flatline. It's time for the ball to flatline. It's time for the ball.
If they wanted that buried, they've already done it. They would put viruses on the website, taking them down, and they would have killed a reporter. Still alive, right? Also, where did you find? What? Oh man! Like I said, I was saying, I strictly, solely, almost use Wikipedia for most of my information. Why? Not because I believe it to be the absolute truth, but because it's the truth that they want us to know, that they insist that we know. You know, they insist that we believe in the truth that they tell us exists. And Wikipedia is that exact truth. And so, you know, it's when you look at that narrative and you look at what's given to you, it then becomes up to you whether you accept it or not. You know, I made videos about it, some shorts about when I was at Henry Ford Museum. And the stuff that's there, like, it's such a weird feeling for me now. There's always been that sort of uncomfortable feeling at museums and whatnot, and I never knew what it was. But it's once you realize, like, we're being lied to, and it's all bullshit, then that uncomfortable feeling makes sense. And I
range and distance and size. Shouldn't the states then be a surprise? Shouldn't some eyes open or close when the sky or death that explodes?
when you look into it all, it shouldn't give you that feeling. It shouldn't. You shouldn't think this is wrong. Why is this wrong? You know, the official narrative should be real sort of base. Okay, cut and dry. You know, I believe they're telling me the truth. They're telling me this thing. This must be it. This makes sense. I can see how this works. I can see why this fits. And like, there's not any sort of progression. That's one of the biggest things. You don't see this progression of where we were. You know, how we went from little shitty shacks to suddenly monumental architecture that lasts hundreds of years. There's no sort of explanation for that. And of course, all those people from back in those times, they just knew how to do it. Henry Ford is another example of it. Henry Ford just, you know, he doesn't have schooling. You're just told that this man, you know, sort of figured it out. And not only was he good at cars, figuring out, he made airplanes. You know, he did all this shit where it's just like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck? How are you just born with this skill set that just that changes the fucking world, and there's no explanation as to how you attained it? You just did. You know, you left home at 16 to work and you know, it's strange too, because I was sort of always under the impression that Henry Ford basically invented the car, you know. I mean, there were other examples of shit, but nothing real significant. And Henry Ford came along and really, you know, basically made the world we live in now. And I never would have even questioned it until I saw that San Francisco video. You know, that San Francisco video showing me you know, a shit ton of vehicles that you know, this is 2 years before the Model T was introduced. So where did all these cars come from? Can you expose Jewish propaganda? You mean Hasbara? Everything is basically Jewish propaganda. Christianity is whoa, look at this dude's fucking ear. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That was weird as shit. Look at that shit hanging off his ear. Oh, you can't see it. Look at that shit. While
still being lazy. It's amazing. Chasing a faster you from a chair. Put electrodes where we elect those fares, not knowing the cost. Yet regret is spared until someone is.
I mean, seriously, just look at this fucking feed. I have 0 viewers. It tells me I have 0 viewers or 1 viewer. And 7 likes. Make it make sense.
To make sure the impact followed the map, he douses his Jeep and gas. Along comes a train that has gained full speed, and that shell of a man's plan begins to recede. He leaps from his cars, he falls to his knees. He prays as he bleeds at the train doesn't stop. Hitting his cars, it spins like a top. Smashing a car alone, just stalled there, jackknifing and hitting another train full of scholars. Mothers, daughters, fathers on their way home from work, all caught in one big circle.
All right, let's see what it says about cars. A car or an automobile is a motor vehicle with wheels Most definitions of cars state that they run primarily on roads, seat 1 to 8 people, have 4 wheels, and mainly transport people rather than cargo. There are over 1.6 billion cars in use worldwide as of 2025. The Ford Model T, produced from 1908 to 1927, is widely credited with being the first mass affordable automobile, and it remains one of the best-selling cars of all time. Ow! Stop it! What's wrong with you? Dumb cat. So, that's exactly my point. 1908 is when cars were mass produced. So who was making them before that? Let's find out. See, as soon as I do this, it dawns on me. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Do a touch of sharing here. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I forgot that's what I titled this. I know, I'm not entertaining enough. Oh man, I'm so upset.
The older I get, the more I think I perceive that it's all a big set where the extras can't leave. We believe and not on TV. Question
let's see.
Their method of use is proof of the news and the programming options. We excuse the same views we
Look at him desperately trying to, like, I'm going to talk shit about Matt now because I can't debunk anything that you are saying. Me and my micro penis. This micro penis I have, it makes me very stupid and desperate. What's up, Jim? Look at these comments. It's just crazy. So many Jews are here. And the thing is, they're not even like proud to be who they are. They sort of claim it a little bit, but then when you start asking them about their beliefs and talking about the things that they're said to believe, they just fall the fuck apart. Weird, man. If I was able, if you gave me the option, the opportunity to be heard, like if I was on, you know, if I was trolling Ben Shapiro, we'll say, and Ben Shapiro started, you know, actually answering my questions or acknowledging my comments, you think I'd just keep talking about his big dumb fucking eyebrows? You think I'd start talking about other people in the comment section? You think I'm going to make a bunch of fake AI videos of Ben Shapiro? You think I could even do it? I think it's pretty funny how the fake Ben Guy Williams page really proves how crazy the Rabbi Guy Williams page is. Because the Rabbi Guy Williams page, the AI is almost flawless. Frightened criminals with no defense except the same old ass bullshit. Yeah. The French inventor Nicolas Joseph I know I'm not saying it right. Cugnot, probably like cognac. Built the first 89. What? And the Swiss inventor Francois Isaac de Rivez designed and constructed the first internal combustion powered automobile in 1808. Damn, son. This clown sets the work back for the rest of us. This clown sets the work. Really interesting. Really fucking interesting. The modern car, a practical, marketable automobile for everyday use, was invented in 1886 when the German inventor Carl Benz patented a Benz patent motor wagon. Benz patent motor wagon. This thing. Wow. Apparently this is the thing. Really weird how they like don't have any pictures of it in use. The only pictures of it in use are drawings. But this is like a joke, right? And in the 1906 video, you don't see anything like this. Problem with English? Yeah, I must. This clown sets the work back for the rest of us. What the fuck does that mean? Now, I'm reading it for what it says, just not understanding what you're trying to say. Sets the work back. What work am I setting back? And it's not like you actually do anything. So what could you possibly be talking about? Joined 3 months ago, has 1 subscriber. Commercial cars became widely available during the 20th century. The 1901 Oldsmobile curved dash. Okay, what's this one look like? Again, this is not what you see in that fucking video. Like that's goofy. But that's not what's seen in the video. Let's see. Probably some more. Well, that's the design aspect. That's the blueprints of it right there. If I gave you that blueprint, you'd be able to build the car, right? His name is Ransom. Ransom in the Olds pirate racing car at Ormond Beach, Florida, in 1896 or 1897, not sure.
The women to the right, they say, are crawling on their war-torn knees.
It's funny, I guess I never even thought about it like Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile.
But if the naked will simple whispers of holy love and gentle sounds, from ear to ear the image travels, and in between the legs it dies. All along the way, golden strings dancing to celebrate sweet smile.
This is the Oldsmobile R curved dash runabout in 1903.
Concrete objects lose their shape.
Again, these aren't what you see in that video.
Tends to blind the sleeping ape. Double checks.
This is the 1904 version.
Him with one hand broken, leaving him out in the open, watching for the next explosion. The curtain starts to shake.
This is the Model 6C curved dash runabout
All along the way,
in 1904. I mean, what's powering this? Where's the gasoline go? So you're not going to answer the question, you're just going to keep saying dumb shit? You're not going to tell us what sets the work back for the rest of us means? Here's the curved dash runabout, 1905. I don't see anywhere where gas can go. So are these all electric powered vehicles. Here's another one. These aren't the ones from that video though. That's the 1903 again. Oh, this is interesting. Here's like an advertisement or something. Let's see what it says. You big mouth. You big mouth. Okie dokie, buddy. They ran on kerosene. Okay, sure. Where? Where does the kerosene go? Where did all the kerosene from? What was who were the kerosene manufacturers back in those days? And how did they get the kerosene to the kerosene dispensaries where, you know, what, did they have big underground vats of kerosene like they do now for gas? Like, it's just fucking weird. Here comes the grammar lesson. Didn't you just say, let's see, problem with English, comma, space, question mark, clown? Didn't you just say that? Problem with English, comma, space, question mark, clown. Yeah, you make a lot of sense, dude. I'm so glad your dumb inbred ass, like, entitled and arrogant, thinks you're actually doing well. So you keep saying shit. Like, the best thing you could do, the worst thing you could do for me is to shut up. Okay? Because then I couldn't just keep pointing out what you're saying. I don't have to avoid what you say. I don't have to hide from what you say or even answer for what you say, because, you know, there's not even anything like legitimate said. But you, on the other hand, you just keep making my point for me. How stupid my opposition has to be. If you oppose me or what I do or what I think or what I believe, I mean, you are just a sad, dumb piece of shit, and you keep proving it. And you're such a hypocrite. And you know, the hypocrite, your hypocrisy comes out as stupidity, and it's just amazing. Like, it's amazing to witness it. You would think I'm wrong, right? I'm the bad guy and I'm wrong, so I should be able to be just easily destroyed. The opposition should easily be able to present their side of things and you know, show everybody how I'm just some weird big mouth, stupid, you know, whatever. Problem with English, comma, space, question mark. Oh, here comes the grammar lesson. Yeah, because the grammar lesson points out the fact that English isn't your first language. Obviously, Hebrew, Yiddish, whichever version of your disgusting shit you choose, that's your first language. That's why you have such a hard time, not with the bigger words or whatever, but with the easy shit. You know, which your to use, which to use, which there to use. These are the things that most people most foreigners have a hard time. I say English is one of the hardest languages to learn how to speak because of that kind of stupid shit, because of the silent letters and all that stuff. And then the so many of the words that sound the same or are spelled basically the same. Which to, which there, which your. It's really just, you know, you make this so easy for me. And you notice how nobody outside of other friars actually says, like, oh shit, guy, they got you on that one. There is no opposition. There is no competition. It's just stupidity, and the stupidity keeps showing itself because it doesn't know what else to do. It's desperate. It's that entitlement, that friar entitlement that says, you know, I don't have to provide you with real truth. I can just say it, and if I say it, that's more than enough. You're a dumb goyim. You should just take what I say as the truth because I'm special. And it just, I appreciate so much that you guys are this dumb. Although I can honestly say I wish I had better opposition, better competition. You know, like I say, sharpening the sword, you don't sharpen your sword against a, flimsy piece of rubber. You sharpen your sword against something harder than the sword. And I wish these guys challenged me in any sort of way. And there were times when I would lose, and I would be like, "Oh shit, I gotta up my game. I better go, double check my shit and make sure I'm coming with better information because they schooled me, they caught me lacking, whatever the fuck that means."
Come on now. You don't feel insulted listening to that? I do. I live inside this murder city. Sing your pity. Let me your hand. I'll die inside.
Sorry, I just have this new obsession with pulling the schmutz out of the fan. I need to stop doing it because it distracts me. But hey, at least it brings me down to your level, right? Me, a compromised version of me is at least closer to something you bring to the table. You're lagging pretty bad. YOUR lagging pretty bad. Let's see. Triggered clown. You triggered me. Obviously, I do slang to irritate you, clown. Oh yeah, you're slang? Oh, space, space, my feelings are hurt. This is so weird. There was kerosene long before tank was a small cylinder under the seat. Yeah, well, that wouldn't last very long, would it? Yeah, oh, look, guys. I triggered him. Oh, I triggered him. I love how, if I don't respond, then I'm afraid. They've got me shook, so I don't respond. But if I do respond, it's because I'm triggered. They're just so predictable, and it's all desperation, right? If I was actually wrong about shit, look, Jim is sort of implying that I'm wrong. He's sitting here like, look, kerosene is this. He's giving alternative answers. And Jim's Team Goyim. And it's not like I'm like, and I'm upset. No, I disagree. I appreciate the information and whatnot, but I don't necessarily agree, and I'm gonna look more. We're gonna try to figure this out. But this is how shit's supposed to go. It's just supposed to be an interaction, a back and forth. You have to be willing to be wrong to be able to engage in the conversation in the first place. If you're not willing to be wrong, then what's the point? Even if you think you're right, you still should be willing to be wrong. If you're not right, then you go, oh shit, I guess I am wrong. Let me try to figure it out. You see a huge difference in how Goyim handle things. That arrogance isn't there. That insecure arrogance that fuels every single fryer isn't there. Oh my God, I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I've almost got it all. This is way too interesting for me. I really shouldn't get so much enjoyment out of doing this, but I do. What's the name for the feeling that you get when you pull on something that's stuck to something else? Like everything has a name, right? There are these obscure names for either conditions or whatever, things like that. You got triggered as usual, you super triggered. You're a disgrace to the movement. Which movement are you talking about? You said this before. You are Team Stupid, the movement rejects you. What movement? I'm really confused. You know that we're not associated with any sort of friar movements, right? We oppose everything that has to do with being a friar on this channel. I don't think there is a coexistence thing, because I know you can't. When it comes to friar shit, you can't actually fix the problem and keep the cult. Like, the only way you fix the problem is by eliminating the cult. Mishnah Nada 5:4, Metzitzia Bupe, Soul Correction. These are all elements of the cult, of the scripture, that can't just be eliminated and then we just move forward with it. It's not made that way.
And I'm a lot older and slower than most of the posers you hope for.
All right, anyway, back to this. Model, Oldsmobile regular runabout. Body, Oldsmobile curve dash. Color black with red trimmings. Seating capacity 2. Total weight 1,100 pounds. Wheelbase 66 inches. Wheel gauge 55 inches. Wheel diameter 28 inches.
I vary my fight by the day. What else can I say? This is a play on the last battle in 8 Mile. I don't have a great smile. Meanwhile, it kisses no
Tire diameter 3 inches. Steering is a tiller. Brakes on differential and rear wheels operated by foot. Capacity. Gasoline capacity. Motherfucker, you were wrong.
Their script gets pulled right from their fake little hands.
Huh? Capacity 5 gallons of gasoline. Gasoline capacity 5 gallons. Ha 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 ha. Frame, angle steel, 7 whole horsepower on this bad boy. Number of cylinders 1, cylinder arrangement horizontal, cooling, water, copper disc, radiator, ignition, jump spark, chain or drive is a chain, transmission is planetary. It's got a planetary transmission. Speeds, 2 speeds forward and reverse. Style of top is buggy. Price, with top is $675, without top is $650. And you see these all over, like Greenfield, all over Henry Ford Museum, but you don't see these in the video. They seem to be driving in much more advanced cars in that regard. All right, so let's go back. So we were at the 1901 Oldsmobile Curved Dash Ford Model T. Both American cars are widely considered the first mass-produced and mass-affordable cars, respectively. Cars were rapidly adopted in the U.S., where they replaced horse-drawn carriages. In Europe and other parts of the world, demand for automobiles did not increase until after World War II. Wow! That's a long fucking time. Thaddeus! What's happening, Thaddeus? Same shit it always is, man. What you don't understand about what I do is that my perspective is the educated one. I go and I read what they want us to know, and I see whether it makes sense or not. If it doesn't make sense, then it's acknowledged. Hey, this doesn't make sense. What the fuck is going on here? These aren't just opinions of mine. This is all, what's presented to us. In Europe and World War II, can you imagine that? There weren't cars all over Europe until after 1945. Like, cars were here for 40 fucking plus years in the United States, and Europe didn't even have any? That is fucking weird. My Jewish fan club is always here, dude. I thought they loved me. They really lust for you. I mean, did you see the Rabbi Guy Williams page? Have you given it any thought there? Like, what actually has to go into that shit?
Would you promise to stab or shoot my 2 boys for choosing?
Do you understand how insane that is? And like I say, I showed you the video of another one of these idiots on here that's acknowledged, hey, I made a video, blah, blah, blah. First, they claim to make a Guy Williams Sucks video, which turns out to be another clip video showing videos from when my hair was fucking short, like this long. You haven't seen the Guy Williams Rabbi page? Oh, man. I'm going to have to show you that. Let me show you something. So this, you explain this to me. Rabbi Guy Williams. Here, let me do it this way so you can see. 39 videos. 39 videos of very believable AI.
My friends, we must be cautious. People like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens spread dangerous ideas. Their words lead to hatred and division. We must stand for truth. Shalom, everyone. Today, I'm sharing my favorite
Why
parts
does
of the
this
Talmud.
person always
the section
look up
on
at the left?
tzedakah, or charity, shows how giving transforms us. And Pirkei Avot
Oh,
teaches us to seek peace.
random
It's
shot from
truly
outside.
inspiring. Shalom, everyone. If you have to resort
Listen to this.
to making fun of the size of somebody's genitalia or the way they look, they've already lost the argument. If you have to resort
Oh, it's so funny.
to making fun of the size of somebody's genitalia or
So making fun of the size, not making up a false narrative about the size of someone's genitalia. Making fun of the fact that it's really fucking micro small. If you have to resort to the size of making fun of somebody's genitalia or how they look, they have already lost the argument. Not you have already lost the argument or they have already won the argument. They have already lost, meaning I smashed them so badly in the argument that I might as well be making fun of their tiny micro penises too. They've already lost, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's just so crazy that they put this out, thinking this was going to be a negative, thinking that this was somehow, I would look bad because of this, or I can't even fucking wrap my head around it. I can't imagine, make the time, the energy, the cost of making 39 fucking videos over 3 days is 39 videos made. I can't imagine doing that. Yeah, camera. The first cars did run on kerosene because it was available until oil and the Model T. Dude, I just showed you. That's not true. That is an obsession, and my boy, at this point, you may be an occult leader. These weirdos are really hooked on you. Are they, or are they just terrified of me?
I made out.
This page doesn't directly address anything I'm saying. It doesn't debunk anything I'm saying. It's more like I converted to Judaism, and now I'm retracting everything I've said.
3 ounces plus these 2 for $100. The kid I had was amazing. He knew his shit. He knew what I wanted.
3? There's only 2 here.
That's an ounce.
Oh.
Those are the ones I liked.
This is different, man. This is something, and I challenge you. Show me the other person that they've done this for. Show me somebody else that you know of, whether it's Tucker, whether it's Ian Carroll, or it's, what's his name? Stu Peters, or Nick Fuentes, or fucking anyone that they've done even something similar to. I mean, what it reminds me of is that time when Megyn Kelly outed Mark Levin for having a micro penis. And so Israel put out a video with Megyn Kelly sitting shotgun, Candace Owens driving, and Tucker Carlson, an Arab-looking version of Tucker with a fucking, a suicide vest on or something like that. Tucker sitting in the back. And Tucker's saying shit like, "Hello, Akbar," and all that shit in the background. Candace is sitting up front driving but crying. And Megyn Kelly is talking about, oh, these micro penises, how, trying to make her sound like a whore because she doesn't want a dude with a micro penis. And at one point, she says, I have a huge pussy, but no pussy can feel a micro penis. And it's just like, you thought that was a good thing to say? You thought like that was a gotcha kind of thing by saying a woman isn't satisfied with a micro penis? I just subscribed, LOL. Oh my god, it is hilarious. But creepy. What the hell? Yeah, obsession. I guess whoever it is thinks they can mind fuck you. I mean, it is so strange and silly. It's desperate. It's literally like all they can do, right? It's them desperately trying, whatever they can come up with because they can't actually address what I'm saying. They come to my feed and they get their shit kicked in. They what kind of videos are they gonna make? Yeah, but there is one where he talks about metzitzia actually. See if I can find it.
We must stay spiritual. Shalom, everyone. The Samson option is practical and the only choice if pushed too far. It's about survival, a deterrent against threats.
The Samson option.
We must be strong and ready to act.
The Samson option, the one that says if they ever feel like they've, that they've ever been invaded and or destroyed, then they'll launch their nukes in every direction.
I want to talk about the Naomi Elkins case. I had some conspiracy.
I mean, okay, so this is a great one too, right? Obviously, I'm nailing the fucking nail on the head. I'm hitting the nail on the head with this. That they felt the need to readdress things. To try to make it seem like I'm walking back what I'm saying. Listen to this.
About the Naomi Elkins case. I had some conspiratorial thoughts, but I've dismissed them. I now accept the official story. It's just so unfortunate how it all happened. I want to talk about the...
Right? No evidence, no reason why I now just accept the official story. I had some conspiratorial thoughts, but now I don't anymore. It's interesting, right?
I feel so stupid for once believing submarines did not exist.
Yeah.
I feel so stupid for once believing in flat Earth. And just like submarines not existing, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I apologize for my incompetency. I feel so stupid. In New York City,
all these things, obviously, these are concerns of theirs. The things that they chose to make a video about are concerns of the things that I'm saying. If the Earth shape issue wasn't an issue, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care that I think it's not round, but they want to make you guys, anybody that looks, think that I think it's round now. I believe it. That is. This clown helps the Jews more than he helps with awareness. That's what the Rabbi channel exposes. Really? How? Please. Like, this is another one of those dumb things you're saying, and then I'm going to ask you what you're talking about, and then you're going to cry and sort of move on. This clown labels everybody that disagrees a Jew and a pedophile counterproductive. Well, for you not being Jewish, for you not, for you just being a regular American, you sure do have a hard time speaking English. Really amazing how that works.
21 Jewish girls were found emerging from a storm drain. Some are saying it's a conspiracy. That's absurd. There are no secret tunnels or rituals. It's just a simple case of lost children. New York City,
71 kids emerging, 71 kids and their chaperones emerging from a tunnel, from a sewer system. Nothing to see there. It just got lost. Like you've seen all these videos where big groups of children get lost and then start coming out of the sewer systems, right? It's a chat room, right? So you would think you would want to be presented in the best light possible and, most importantly, make sense with what you're saying, but I guess that's too much for you. I do disagree with many that I've never heard Never called me a Jew or a pedophile. That's true, Thaddeus. That is true. You have disagreed many times. And you know what the thing is? Thaddeus is a gay. Ooh, you know how those gay guys, they always like children, right? Isn't that what you fucking, isn't that like the narrative, the stereotype that was put out about them from for a long time? Gay. My grandfather used to believe that way. He used to think that if somebody was gay, they must like kids. But yep, never called Thaddeus a pedophile or a Jew. Weird how your baseless, stupid arguments like immediately fall flat. Immediately. And it's not even me doing it. It's you getting debunked by the chat. But yeah, I'm wrong and crazy. That's why you come here every day begging for my attention and validation. Yep. Totally makes sense. I know when I'm not doing my own thing, I then look for you guys. I go to your guys' pages, right? I make fake AI videos about people and shit, right? I have seen this clown do it many times. Each person has their own experience. Oh, so now it's not everyone. It's just each person. All right, don't sick them on me. You've done that yourself. I mean, I would go into it, but you get mad at me. So I don't want to tell the story and have you get mad at me. Place right now, and you know how.
Jewish girls were found emerging. You will not spread your hatred. You know what's really cool?
Not you.
Being God's chosen people is a profound honor.
Where is it? Where's the metzitzia one?
We must stay spiritually. Shalom, everyone.
No,
I want to. The Jewish question has always been dangerous. We cannot allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon. It would be.
Supporting Palestinians is dangerous after what they did to Israel on October 7th.
Gotta love the Shmuley voice.
The destruction that came their way was their fault. We must not support those who attack us.
You do exactly what our enemy needs. Space, comma, space, clown. Yep. Obviously, right? Obviously, they love when people expose them. Or you love when people expose you. Yep. They're like, go. It's funny because you would think the guy that says protecting Jewish children is paramount above everything else, you'd think I would have a whole bunch of Jewish supporters for saying such a thing. But nope, apparently I'm doing exactly what the enemy needs. I'm like a Jake Lane, right? I'm Jake Lane.
They did to Israel on October 7th.
In Judaism, we talk about soul correction. It's about refining our character through life's challenges. Think of it as polishing a diamond. Every struggle helps us grow.
Every struggle helps us grow. So every rape, every child rape helps them get stronger. That's the narrative that he's presenting right there.
Metzitzia is not wrong. It's a sacred tradition performed with care. It prevents infection following ancient wisdom. It's about faith and health. Metzitzia b'peh is...
It's about faith and health. And apparently I'm talking to somebody next to me while I'm driving. Weird. But obviously, again, this is another one of those things where you would think if I was just wrong, why would they make a specific video about it? Yes, I was actually going to text you this morning, Thaddeus, and ask you any new developments on your side.
Not wrong. It's a sacred tradition performed with care. It prevents infection following ancient wisdom. It's about faith and health. Metzitzia b'peh
So
is
gross.
not wrong.
So fucking gross. So gross. The worst cult, that the comment on this is from some random person. The worst culture around, even the Wakandas aren't this bad, honestly. The blacks, he's saying, even the blacks aren't as bad as the Jews.
Taking your gift, the switch flipped at birth, and breaking the grip while shit kicking the word.
Right in the girth.
It might be a curse, but that work of
Alright, in Europe, after World War II, in the 21st century, car usage is still increasing rapidly, especially in China, India, and other newly industrialized countries. Cars have controls for driving, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. I'm more for the history here. Alright, here we go. Steam machine, the Verbiest, in 1678. You see how stupid this is? Come on. This is just some dumb drawing. Nobody fucking made that. Do you know how impractical that shit would be? This is the Cugnat 1771 Faraday Fardier et Vapeur, as preserved at the Musées des Arts. This is the full-size one. It's not a model. Like, think about it. Look how stupid this is. Look how impractical this bullshit would be. And you never see this in any paintings or anything like that. Weird how it was a thing. And then there's this dumb bullshit. Now, see, when you see these kinds of things, especially when you look at how intricate the engine is and all those pieces, all of these metal pieces had to be fabricated. Mass-produced. The light bulbs and shit, this all has to be mass-produced. So what factories existed back in those days to mass-produce all of these items? We're so sort of modern in our thinking, and like that if you want something, like to put something together, you just go buy the pieces. Well, back then, what store sold all the pieces for this shit? Oh, here's a model. This is the 1888 Benz patent motor wagon. This is the first Mercedes-Benz. Well, first Benz. Mercedes wasn't here yet. But again, notice the lamps on it and shit. These all have to be mass-produced. This wasn't produced into each individual piece was produced so that it could be put on a car. I mean, there were tons of these are supposed to be everywhere. The 1888 Flocken Electro Wagon. Oh, this is an electric car from 1888. And then, actually, interestingly, look at the big fucking Tartaria castle behind it. I wonder what building that is. Oh shit. So this is portrait of Ransom E. Olds. His name was Ransom. Who names their kid Ransom? What the fuck? Electric car in 1888. Right. Where were the charging stations? What were they charging those cars with? Get it? This is the, what is this? Ford Motor Company automobile assembly line in the 20s. Literary Digest. This is from, I still don't know. When the date is year and then the numbers, is it month then date or date then month? Because this says 1928 0107. So is this January 7th or is this July First. I'm not sure. But here you go, the big assembly lines. Like, who built the fucking assembly line itself? Who built the factory? I mean, it's just, these pictures look like, they look like a staged photograph so that you could tell people this is how it worked. First generation Toyota Corolla. Toyota Corolla is the best selling car of all time. That's a sexy bitch right there. Look at that. Look how sexy that is. Looks like a shoe.
Ow! There's a cat under the bed.
So this is all, okay. In the Ford Model T, the left side hand left. No machine readable author provided. No machine readable author provided. 1923 Ford Model T interior from the Patterson Automotive Museum, Los Angeles, California. That's the inside. Again, think about like all those little brake handles and shit, all those little the little grips on lever where they pull this or pull that. You know, the pedals themselves, all of those lines, all that, everything, that had to be mass produced. You weren't just assembling something where the pieces were. You had to fabricate these things. And if these things are made of metal, that means there has to be some sort of foundry that pouring this liquid metal into these molds, and then the molds are taken. Look at this dumbass. Oh my God. If today you saw the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse coming out of the sky. That's your sentence? If today you saw the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse like coming out of the sky. What? But like we're talking about, you know, cars and historical bullshit and it's presentable. And this guy's like, yeah, but what about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse coming out of the sky? Like, just so fucking stupid. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. And I guess because his program isn't up on this. Like, they weren't expecting me to start talking about cars today. So this dumbass is like, I'm not programmed to talk about those things. So can you go back to talking about something I'm programmed to talk about? So incomplete sentences now. Yes, geez, this stupid never fails. Never, never, never. Oh, thanks for the hate. It's well earned. You know, I like to give people what they earn. So you're welcome there, Buster. Buster. I'm only interested in looking at the older shit. Look at that shit. That's nuts. That's got to be somewhere else. Let's see. Yeah, that's Asia. That's in Chang'an Avenue in Beijing at 1842 on a Thursday in May 2010. 1832, so that's what, 642? Okay, so that's it. That's all the pictures I can see of those. STOPIT, cat. Okay, so in 1649, Hans Haustisch. How do you say it? It's Hautzsch. Hautzsch. House of Nuremberg. Wow, that's interesting. Such a prominent place in history. Go figure. I'd love to ask him today. So what are your thoughts there, buddy? And he's not my uncle. He's not my uncle. Let's see. You reap what you sow. Matt, your sentence had no period. Work on that. There's that desperation coming through again. Yep. When Matt is using multiple sentences, he does in the punctuation. But, you know, see, this is why I always tell people to be their best, because these clowns are always looking for something to jump in on. Because they can't, you know, they can't address what's being said. They're not very capable, so they you know, like that little period, that doesn't point to anything. You know, if anything, that points to a touch of the lazy on Matt's side, but that's about it. And we already know Matt's not lazy. Motherfucker works 2 jobs. But when it's you guys and we're pointing out how, you know, Matt left something out, you make mistakes. Like you put the space, comma, space, question mark, you know, you make dumb actual mistakes. Matt just left something out. Matt's sentences all make sense when you read them. There's a huge difference there, but that's what your desperation is going to call attention to. I mean, you know, most people wouldn't have even noticed, but because you had to call attention to it, I had to smack you around a little bit. This isn't ground class. And you Rudy know that. Mind attracting a bit, aren't it? With your failed attempts at misinformation. You're the best. My best, sir, is fucking Fryer. I apologize. No capital letter for Matt. My mistake. Oh, did you fuck up something stupid like that? That's so funny. A complete hypocrite? Again, there's a difference in leaving out a period as opposed to getting the sentence structure wrong or writing a sentence that doesn't make sense. But, you know, I think we could explain it to you all day, and you're pretty stupid, so you're probably not going to get it. I think those cars were real in a time period. I'm not quite sure what the point was or is. By the way, my grammar sucks, and I don't fucking care, so don't come for me, thanks. You know, when you say that, you just make it sound like you care a lot, and you're putting a target on your back with that. I'm not very therefore I'm not a hypocrite. What dumbass logic? Oh, Coach PEDO's here. Who cares about grammar? I do. It's important. When you're in a situation where you're trying to present yourself as the smartest guy in the room, or you're trying to say somebody else is dumb or whatever, if you can't get basic bullshit right, you make yourself look dumb. It's not like it takes any extra effort to make it, you know, proper, to put the proper punctuation in, to put the proper spelling in, you know, use the right your over the wrong one. Like, that doesn't take any extra time, effort, or energy. And even if it did, it's worth it so you don't look like a dumbass. But it's not like we're just having casual conversation here. This is a I'm smart, I'm right conversation. It's a big old pissing contest. Real time. I mean, again, it's if you're typing fast, if you're doing anything, it still takes the same amount of time, effort, and energy. And even still, if it doesn't, like, you should be proud of what you present yourself as. It's one thing if you're just bullshitting. It's another thing if you're trying to present yourself as an authority. And I know I am. This is where this really takes it to the next level. If we're just bullshitting between people and blah blah blah, I still don't understand typing incorrectly. But when we're talking about like really important shit, we're presenting ourselves. If we were in a court of law or whatever, if you're trying to make yourself out to be the person that knows something. You're smarter than the other person. But you're either too lazy or stupid to spell things correctly. The smartest people are going to see it. Like my wife, she's going to see it. She's going to form an opinion on you regardless of what you're trying to present. Even if you're like trying to present, quantum physics theory, this, that, and the other. If you don't spell the shit right, it's gonna trigger something. That's what happens when you're intelligent. It doesn't take any extra effort for me to use the right yours, twos, theirs, whatever. I just know them. I don't even have to think about it. And even if I did, the computer, the phone, is going to present the right word for me to choose. It's probably going to underline it. It's probably going to try to change it. If you use the wrong one. I personally don't get it. I don't get the point in being lazy. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like shorthand because, you were typing out multiple pages worth of shit and you were trying to save time, effort, energy. I guess that would be acceptable. But that would then have to be prefaced with it. I'm using shorthand. It's different. I know people are, I did, why, again, I don't understand. You might as well just lay on the computer or lay on the keyboard and then be like, what? It doesn't matter what I say. I meant this. Yeah, did you mean, are you really this stupid? Which should have included a question mark and the word you. Grammar in a fast chat does not matter. What? What are you talking about? Grammar in a fast chat, comma, does not matter, comma, and nothing. Yet you're pointed to, yet you, see, the problem is he's got you upset, so you're making dumb mistakes. Man, look for him. Maybe look to him for a better life, less hate. Are you talking about Jesus because you're a dumbass? I mean, I just don't understand what people are saying in those regards. What is Jesus going to do? Jesus doesn't exist. It's not real. There's no Jesus in reality going to come drop off food at my house if I'm like, I need food, I'm hungry. If you honestly believe in the power of prayer, you should stop fucking doing anything. You should stop working and shit. Just live your life how you want to live it and then pray that your needs are met. The thing is, too, if you believe in prayer, if you believe that God, and you believe that God actually answers your prayers, the fact that there's a genocide happening right now, the fact that the Epstein bullshit, the Epstein class isn't getting arrested or anything, that they're actually gaining strength, the fact that Trump is in office and just, him and his family are just so corrupt and making so much money off of it, all that shit shouldn't exist if God answers your prayers. If you can talk to the big guy and he'll listen to what you have to say, it'll change its plan to fit your needs. Why are there still pedos? Why haven't you gotten God to eliminate pedophiles? If somebody's about to fuck with a child, then all of a sudden they have a heart attack. How come that doesn't happen? Get over your egos, says Herbie. That's your next comment, is get over your egos? How does that even work? Get over your egos. Period in a comment. So you care about grammar. That was satire. Oh, now it's satire. Do you know what satire means? Satire is when you're you say you have like a government scene, and the government's presented something, and then you make the same sort of scene, but you make fun of it, and you explain it in a different sort of way, in a funny kind of way or whatever. That's what satire is. Satire isn't you making stupid comments. I love how stupid they are. I love that they're stupid enough to keep proving how stupid they are. No, he's just happy he's getting a bunch of points. Right? He's getting a bunch of points because he's getting the response. They're just act.io fucking dumbasses. I'm not winning anything, bro. You're stupid. That's it. There's a competition if he's winning. Yes, I was correcting grammar like you. It was satirical. What? You realize your sentences don't make sense. It's not a grammar correction. Grammar correction would be the times where you use, you're wrong or something. But when you're stupid and you're not making sense and you're putting things like words, space, comma, space, that's on purpose. That's not a fuck up. Especially when you do the same thing multiple times. Multiple times you've put a space in between a word and a comment, showing that's what your dumbass thinks you're supposed to do. I didn't even catch it. It is the AR. Gotcha. Not ER, but that's a good point. But and actually, the purpose in pointing it out is to show that English isn't your language, that you're clearly Israeli. You keep walking into it because you're stupid, but you're clearly Israeli. That's why you're having such a hard time with basic English. Either the youngest language on the planet, Hebrew, or Yiddish is what you speak in your everyday life. That's why you have such a hard time with this. You are too stoned to read the post correctly now. Yep, that's what it is. Too stoned. Alright, anyway. The first says built the clockwork-driven carriage. The first steam-powered vehicle was designed by Ferdinand Verbiest, a Flemish member of a Jesuit mission in China around 1672. Just think about that. Just think about what you're talking about. How ridiculous it is to think that this is accurate or true. It was a 65 centimeter long, 26-inch scale model toy for the Kangxi Empire that was unable to carry a passenger. It is not known with certainty if Verbius' model was successfully built or not. So then it's not the first fucking vehicle. It sounds like it was a toy, and we don't even know if it was actually built or not. I think the same thing. At least spell the word right if you're going to talk about it. Right. At a minimum. And that's the point, as always, is like these, there's not a single time with my wife that she's thinking, yeah, that's okay that you're spelling and using words wrong. We don't do that. If you saw every text that my wife and I have sent to each other, it's all spelled correctly and worded correctly and grammar's correct and all that, because that's just how we communicate. And let's say we fuck something up, there'll be the second text right afterward with the little star and then the part where we fucked up. Because that's just how we see things. Like, it's embarrassing to present something incorrectly. I'm not going to give you that easy win over me. You trying to talk your shit and present yourself as smarter than me, I'm not going to give it to you that you can, that I can't even communicate in the most basic senses. Abbreviations are different. We're not talking about abbreviations. Abbreviations are obvious. You know, you're not abbreviating something using your incorrectly to their, you know, shit like that. That's not abbreviation. That's just stupidity. Hitting space, comma, space is stupidity. Space, comma, space, question mark. That's just stupid. And it'd be one thing if you only did it once, you could say, oh, I fucked up. But the fact that you've done it multiple times shows that's how you think it's done. Nicholas Joseph Cugnot, C-U-G-N-O-T is Cugnot, right?
Huh?
C-U-G-N-O-T is Cugnot. Cugnot. Cugnot is widely credited with full-scale, self-propelled mechanical vehicle in about 1769. The first fucking self-propelled vehicle in history, and we're not actually sure about it? Doesn't that seem, I don't know, a little off? PA is abbreviation. That's a period, not an asterisk. Bubble Boy. Okay. He created a steam-powered tricycle. He also constructed 2 steam tractors for the French army, one of which is preserved in the French National Conservatory of Arts and Crafts. Yeah, you see those old school tractors? They're fucking huge. You see these things and you just think, like, we did a primitive version of us made that giant fucking tractor? How? And cars is one thing. Just wait till we look into trains and see how that shit works. Your words incorrectly, they're not going to have their intended effect. For sure. For sure. And it depends. If you're talking to stupid people aren't even going to notice it. But when you're talking to intelligent people who don't have to try to see it, like how many times does somebody use the incorrect your and I pick up on it right away when I'm reading it? You know, it's because the word is wrong and I'm like, wait, what? You know, my brain sees the incorrect word, meaning the entire sentence means something completely different. Just because the stupid people you normally converse with, not conversate, because conversate's not a word. Well, it is, but not in that regard. No, it's not even a word. My bad. Conversate's not a word that you would use in any way. Conversate's a word you would use in any... There's not a correct version of that. But there's not a correct version of that. Yeah, it's always converse, but I'm trying to think if there would... No, there's... Right, of course. No, I'm saying correctly. His inventions were limited by problems with water supply and maintaining steam pressure. He did this in 1769, and it wasn't another, it was another almost 200 years, 150 years before cars were invented. That just seems strange, especially when you consider what we were supposedly building and all the buildings and all the bridges and canals and ships and you know, sewer systems and catacombs and all of these things that we were capable of building. And yet, took a long time to get that car down, didn't it? LOL, you guys are hilarious. What part's hilarious?
Damning the cancer that has clutched in their hand for their planned domination, removing the chancellors, branded the safe men, handlers demand for their place in how their invasion stays in the darkness. What could be amazing is brazen and heartless. We're crocs among caimans, crossbred with sharks with lasers and fake fins, making the hardest level of harness, wicked intent. Our retarded, our energy spent on paying the rent. We're sent through the ringer, seeking adventure. We're meant to be singers of anthems and things you're just supposed to.
It's the only time you'll hear me use that word, retarded. When I use it correctly. Our genes are retarded. To retard something is to, you know, to make it less than. His name was in 1801. Wow, that smells good. Richard Trevithick. Wait. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I know we've looked this guy up. His name's in purple. What the fuck? He's the train guy. Built and demonstrated his Puffing Devil road locomotive, believed by many to be the first demonstration of a steam-powered road vehicle. Let's see, the Puffing Devil. This is a replica of Trevithick's Puffing Devil, built by the Trevithick Society and running on Trevithick Day in 2017. Wow, I didn't know there was a Trevithick Day. Hang on. Imagine a world where those things are just going down the road. That don't make no sense. That's a moldy. Yeah. That's why I don't want those.
Well, this isn't what I bought.
Ugh. You taste it, right?
Freebie. Yeah.
So much of the weed from dispensaries is moldy.
Yeah. The free pre-rolls they give you, those ones are usually typically molded.
Right. Why would they give them to you for free otherwise? Dunning-Kruger would apply to the host of this channel for sure. Really? At least I've taught you how to use commas correctly. Yep. It's so funny how the Dunning-Kruger thing keeps getting brought up. Like, it makes its way to society again, societal awareness. It does that every year or so around the same time or, whatever. But it's just another one of their things where it's like, it's kind of like the Bible, where it's like, pride is a bad thing. Thinking you're smart, thinking you can research something and you know something, even though the people with the plaques on the walls say otherwise. Not like people with plaques on the walls have incentive to say the thing they're supposed to say. Reminds me of the steampunk era and actually gives lots of credibility to it as it matches up with the Tartaria era. For sure. I mean, you can't imagine what it would be like for that thing to be going down the road. For there multiple of those things going down the road. The roads would have to be huge. They'd have to be, well reinforced to take that weight on. There would the coal that had to be used to supply that engine to work. I mean, it's all just fucking stupid. The development of external combustion, also known as steam engines, is detailed in the history of the car. Still, it is often treated separately from the development of cars in their modern understanding. Well, yeah, because it's a completely different thing. Oy vey, gosh, what is it, little guy? Hi. Pre-rolled, they're sweating in the wrappers. Whoa. A variety of steam-powered road vehicles were used during the first part of the 19th century, including steam cars, steam buses, phaetons, and steamrollers. Steam buses. A steam bus is a bus powered by a steam engine. Early steam-powered vehicles designed for carrying passengers were more usually known as steam carriages, although this term was sometimes used to describe other early experimental vehicles too. Really? Why would you have the same, we're talking about specific kind of shit. Why would you have multiple different things be called the same thing? That's stupid. We don't refer to cars, we don't look at bikes and motorcycles and buses and fucking trains and be like, look at all those cars. I guess we do say they're train cars, though, ain't that? No, okay. Early steam powered vehicles designed for carrying passenger on steam vehicles. Oh, my bad. Okay, so this is a French steam bus. Like, it's supposed to be old, right? But it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're just given this shit. You're not asked to where did all the components come from? Where was, oh, fuck, I'm fine, thanks. Your eyes, man. Literally exactly opposite of what you said. Let's see. Steam pump era, I had the intelligence to understand the misspelled word without humiliating Matt. Are you saying I'm humiliating you by pointing out that you're stupid? Aw. Were you humiliated by dumb old Goyim me? Oh, that's weird. You know, if you weren't Friar, Israeli, Friar Pedo, I can't imagine why you would be here in the first place. Like if you're like, oh, I don't like Tartaria people or whatever, isn't there like much bigger channels, much more prominent shit that you could focus on? Instead, you're one of 4 people with 8 likes. Like that's how fucking YouTube works. Yes, you said it was. Look at how desperate they are. Just desperate. This guy is crying so much because he looks stupid. He couldn't use English properly. It was pointed out. And now he's so desperate to get everybody else now. Oh, you said, are you making sure I'm saying it like you hear me saying your and stuff? Are you checking? Because I'm telling you now, everything I'm saying is spelled correctly. For sure. If you could read the transcripts, they'd all say this. It would all be correct. Steampunk, not steam pump. You got it so wrong.
Steam cook.
Not me. The tactic you use. Maybe that's the... Here we go again with the Jew knives. Oh yeah, I didn't know what you meant. Hey guys, I'm the same as you. No, you're not. You're a fucking dumb friar. Notice how you haven't actually everything that's been said. You're only picking and choosing which things you're going to cry about. Interesting how it always works out that way. Oh, here's another one. Here's John Scott Russell's Steam Carriage of 1845. You ready? You think I'm crazy. I'm crazy, right? Is this not good enough for you? Isn't that believable? Obviously, that's a real thing. This isn't a 5-year-old's drawing by any means. Alright, this is Amadi Boli, the little steam bus photographed in 1875. 1875, this is just going down the road, huh? Powered by steam. What is creating the steam? Where is the blazing fire in this thing that's heating the water to make the steam power? You understand? That's what steam is, right? Steam is created by boiling water. Really no other way to make steam. Is there, do you know of another way to make steam? And the thing is, that water, like the more water you have, or the bigger the thing you have, the more water you're going to need. So not only is the thing heavy because it's big, but water is fucking heavy. 6 pounds per gallon, baby. So somehow this thing has a giant water tank and it has a blazing fire in it to keep it moving. Do you not get how fucking stupid you have to be to believe that? And then of course everybody in it is dressed to the nines. They all have their top hats on. The women are all in these multi-layered dresses. Everybody looks like it's fucking freezing outside. It's not worth questioning. Does it snow in France? No, I mean like in Paris and in the regular cities and shit. Did they have full-on winters there? Like, can you imagine? These are, and this is all on dirt roads, right? So all of these wheels, and shit, imagine how often the wheels break, and I mean, this is just dumb. Is the guy up front controlling it? Who's controlling it? It doesn't really. I guess the guy on this side is he has his hand on one of the handles, so he's controlling this whole steam bus by that. And they're cooking themselves by sitting in there on top of the fire. Totally makes sense. Right, right. That would be the only place for it, would be in this middle component. But think about that. What is keeping the fire going? The thing about like steam locomotives is you have, the coal that has to consistently be shoveled into the engine to keep the fucking thing blazing hot and boiling the water, and then the pressure that supposedly, I think because they... Why before you do that?
I lit this before you lit that.
I thought you had one of your joints. You were literally just smoking it. You should save those. Those are the ones you give to...
There's only one more of those.
This is the Gillette and Company steam bus licensed by the Metropolitan Police on January 21st, 1899. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Okay. 1889. Built by E. Gillette, or Gillet, or whatever, but it's probably Gillette and Company of Hounslow, and licensed by the Metropolitan Police on January 21st, 1899. What in the actual fuck is that? Seriously, look at this. All these are all over that. That's fabrication. Who is fabricating? What boundary exists that's fabricating all of these metal parts? And then, of course, you have the seating area up on top, the outdoor seating area, and then I guess the indoor seating area down below it. And there's your steam engine just chugging away. What the fuck are we looking at? Is that why your channel fails? Is which why? It's called censorship. I just... Who looks at a feed that has 2 viewers and 9 likes with 2,700 subscribers and thinks that's totally normal? Like, if you could show me the other feed that looks like this, then I would think, it's common. I must be doing something wrong. There's no censorship. This is just what happens. I've been asking this question for a long fucking time, and yet nobody has shown me this other channel that exists. Like, now I have 0 viewers. 0 viewers, 9 likes. Even though you guys know it, because there's at least 4 or 5 of you here commenting. You don't know how it works. That specific engine model explaining how it works to me. You don't know how it works. That specific engine model explaining how it works for me. Or to me. Sorry, to me. That's an understandable sentence, right? Can you translate that for me? Because I'm too stupid. You resort to classification blindly out of emotion. You resort to classification blindly out of emotion. No commas in there. This is comma guy. And they're cooking themselves. Isn't it funny how it's so strange? All these guys just happen to be experts on steam-powered cars and vehicles. Wow, man, I must have gotten lucky here today.
Veterinarians.
Yeah, they're polymaths, like the old school guys. They're so talented. They're so smart, right? They know about all these different things that when it comes to speaking properly, that's where they draw the line. I don't need to speak properly. How much coal do they have? Right. You need to have a lot of coal to have steam engines. Steam engines turn heat into moving by burning fuel, coal. This is this dumbass. Just coming in here saying dumb shit. The boiling water makes hot, high pressure steam that pushes a metal piece called a piston back and forth. Yeah, you know he copy and pasted that bullshit. What you doing? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Is that a double-decker wagon? Yes. 1899, the double-decker fucking steam bus. Piston back and forth. This push turns wheels or rods to run machines and trains. Was anybody asking how the steam engines worked? Censorship. Sensorship. Right? Censorship. Sensorship. That is a stupid person's mistake. That's somebody who does not speak English as a first language. That's not a word. Censor is a word spelled SENSOR, but there's no censorship in that regard. The number is always wrong. Do you see that on other people's shit? No. Deliberately misspelling is boring. I don't think they're deliberate, man. Yeah, why would you assume that's deliberate? What censorship have you had? There, it says 1 viewer and 9 likes. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, 5 or 6 of you commenting at this moment. That's not censorship. I would only be able to say censorship if I had like a few hundred viewers, right? That's how you know that you're being censored, when you're allowed to have a few hundred viewers. Not when I used to be allowed to have a few hundred viewers. And then Charlie got shot, and literally the next day, my feed got hit. It's not censorship. Don't you think it's strange that it was literally the next day after Charlie, almost like they didn't specifically want me talking about Charlie Kirk to people? 2 viewers, 10 likes. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. So much sense, it's censorship with the S. I do see other streams with the number wrong, but not consistently this low of a number. He did it 10 plus times by now, and engages with the replies that make him continue to be dumb. That's not really assuming, but yeah, we all know Herbie is dumb as a rock. I guess I see things deeper. Yeah, you want to believe that somebody is doing that shit on purpose. No, this guy's a dumb fuck. I don't think he's deliberately doing anything wrong, and I don't know why. Why would you assume it? he hasn't proven himself to be intelligent enough to even do it. What would be the legitimate reason for it? Oh, here's another double-decker used for some weeks from March 17th, 1902 by the London Road Car Company Limited. 1902 Thornycroft steam bus used by London. Yep, there you go. I mean, are you fucking serious? Does anybody believe that's real? Again, look at all the pieces that have to be mass produced in a fucking factory somewhere, a foundry somewhere. All of this different steel has to be manufactured and made to specific specifications. So much so that, like, a lot of it is like, if it's even a few centimeters off, millimeters off, it's not going to work, especially when you're talking about, like, the gears and all of the stuff down underneath that makes it all work. That stuff all has to be to the fucking millimeter to make all the shit fit together and work properly. This is the Torquay and District Motor Omnibus Company Ltd. Service to Chelston from 1903 with a 14-person capacity, I believe it says. Omnibus services. This is started on November 2nd, 1903. Look at that. All those women in the bus with their hats on and all that. I mean, you understand, like, if you were dressed like that, you would stink so bad if you haven't showered in days, weeks. Your clothes wouldn't be clean. Mm-hmm. And again, all of these pictures, like, if you look in the background, I mean, why is it a drawing?
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's not a drawing.
Oh my God.
Jesus, Jones. Why? This is not okay.
And it's not sexy.
Not at all. She actually has a face where she would kind of, maybe she'd be attractive, I guess. But what the fuck is that? That is so unhealthy.
I'm posting this because my haters hated it.
She's unhealthy. She's not going to make it past 45, 50 years old. Especially since she's going to continue to get bigger. And if you think that that's some good love, and you understand how many folds and shit stink, there's a lot of stink that's going to come out of there in many different places. Did it have an automatic transmission? That's a good point. They were experimenting with cars at that time. You got to give them some credit. What? I agree with that one. Exercise is very important. Just shut up. That shit never drove 1,000%. No way. I'm just being honest. 99 is censorship. I've seen it before. Most people calling it being shadow banned. No notifications for subs not recommended to anyone. IDQY. No, I know what those things are, and that's definitely what's happening. But I'm always saying, show me something on my level. Of course, I'm not the only person out there getting censored or shadow banned. You know how stupid that sounds? But I want to see something that's similar. It's similar to what I'm saying. So look at this shit. So this is supposedly a real picture. I guess there's a ton of people behind it, like looking like, oh my God, I've never seen that thing before. Look at the buildings that are barely visible in the background. That tree makes it look like it's, late spring. The leaves are starting to form. But everybody sure is dressed like it's fucking freezing, aren't they? I mean, that doesn't look like... That looks like a drawing, doesn't it? Look at the faces. Look at the people. Do they look real? Look at the chain. It's got one of those big chains hanging down like that. Who is manufacturing all of the different links on the chain? Those have to be very, very specific. All of the links in the chain have to very much match each individual piece so that it can operate correctly. The little pins that connect the chain pieces, the links, who's manufacturing those? Where are those coming from? Are you telling me that the Strand, Torquay Station, Bus, Chelsea, whatever this is, you're telling me that they also happen to be in the fabricating business, so they're fabricating all those pieces as well as putting them together? And then, of course, there's a bunch of different other companies that are using very similar pieces, and they're all manufacturing them themselves too? Or wouldn't there have to be, especially if people are like experimenting and inventing and putting that shit together, they would have to be able to get the pieces and then, fuck with them and figure out different ways to put them together. They're not manufacturing those pieces. This one isn't my favorite wife's, or a favorite song of my wife's. For some reason, wives don't seem to like this one as much. This was 1903, supposedly. Oops. Oh, I accidentally hit the edit feature and it said, this is what pops up. Your IP address has been blocked from editing Wikipedia. Blocked by Elton. Block will expire in 7 months. See details. Let's see the details. See also the list of auto blocks. You can search by block or auto block ID by putting 123 in the IP address, username, or block field where 123 is the ID. What the fuck is this? Guess that's my IP address, username, or block ID. So it's saying, I'm clicking search for that shit. What's happening? It's like they almost don't expect you to go any further than this. They say, oh, okay, I got this block, okay. Why do you give me the thing to search? And then, let's see, maybe if I do this. Nope, I checked all the boxes and hit search again, and it's not doing anything. No matching blocks found for the requested IP address or username. So why am I blocked? That's really strange. Reason, due to abuse from this IP page, anonymous logged out editing has been temporarily blocked. Please refer to the guide for assistance. I've never edited anything on this page. Interesting, huh? This is the Chelmsford 1909, or 1905, I'm sorry. There's another one of those steam buses. You know what's weird is we had the ability to take much better pictures than this. Why are these pictures... Why are these...
Don't take it downstairs.
That's what he did. Why are these pictures all so jank? This is 1905, man. We had the ability to take really good pictures. Right. She said she'd give me something. National Steam Car Company Ltd. ran steam buses in London from November 2nd, 1909 to the 18th of November 1919. National Steam Car Company Limited ran steam buses in London from November 2nd, 1909 to November 18th, 1919. Why'd they stop? Can you imagine why anyone would ever... You know what? Gasoline wasn't expensive. My dad says he can remember being in the car when his dad was at a gas station and he was yelling at the gas station attendant that I would never pay 12 cents a gallon. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like yelling at him. I'll just go somewhere. I'm never gonna 12 cents a gallon. Are you trying to rob people? What you said? You know, the era of the muscle cars, where the muscle cars, those kids, all they did was go around cruising and all that. First of all, the cops weren't the fucking police state that they are today. But secondly, I mean, these cars were gas guzzlers. But gas cost fucking 10, 15, 20 cents a gallon. So you could afford to do that and not be broke. You know, you see the old joke that like an old lady will give somebody, here's a couple of quarters for the work you did or for whatever. And the kid's like, well, man, this is stupid. When she was a kid, that meant she could go to the movies, she could get something to eat, she could buy a couple of gallons of gas. You know, 50 cents went a long fucking way. All black and white as always. How people perceive it. Exactly. And we definitely had the ability to take much better photographs than this. Look at this mother. So obviously they gave us really cheap gas for a long time to prevent people from coming up with from going back to steam powered. I mean, if all you got to do is have water and some fucking coal, wouldn't that be a shit ton easier than having your internal combustion engine that has all those different pieces, needs oil, needs this, that. Like, this is fucking insane. This is 1909 and 1919. The double-decker buses that were just everywhere back then. And look at the tree. The tree has leaves on it, so it's not like it's cold. Yet everybody's always dressed like it's freezing. Oh, and then here is your Lear steam bus on display in Michigan, 1972. Here's a steam bus, 1972. I had no idea there was steam buses in 1972. I'm still looking at the steam buses here. Regular intercity bus services by steam-powered buses were pioneered in England in the 1830s by associates of Sir Goldworthy Gurney and by Walter Hancock, among others, running reliable services over road conditions which were too hazardous for horse-drawn transportation. Man, that is amazing for the 1830s through the 1895s.
Let's say you're in the mood for a hamburger.
I just... This is just crazy to me. And I know, like, when I was growing up, did you hear in history class about the large steam bus? The time when we had a bunch of steam-powered cars and shit and buses all throughout. Did you hear about that in school? Weird how we never learned about any of this in school. Now we never see double-decker buses, even in most of Europe. They are almost done phasing them all out. Maybe another reset combined with redoing of the narratives taught in schools. That's something. I was thinking the same thing. I was actually going to say it, but I didn't want to sound stupid because I didn't want somebody to be like, double-decker buses all over. Because you see those red ones, like in New York and shit sometimes. But I you know, there's no double-decker buses in Detroit anywhere that you know of, right? I don't know of any. I never see them. Right.
Their brand would have fully expanded from the river to the sea.
Probably in New York. No, I'm just saying, like in photos or something like that. I've never seen one in. Well,
Honestly, it might have been Jamaica.
I thought when you were in Jamaica, you were pretty much in bed the whole time. Her face is so. You know why, don't you? Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Yes, that's what came to mind, and yet we never see them, right? Steam carriages were much less likely to overturn and did not, quote, run away with the customer as horses sometimes did. Can you imagine that shit? You're like, I'm going in a carriage so I can go a few miles uptown because that's what we do nowadays. And then the horse just takes off running. That's fucking hilarious. They traveled faster than horse-drawn carriages, 24 miles per hour, 24 miles per hour or 39 kilometers per hour, or 6.4 kilometers at an average of 12 miles per hour, or 19 kilometers over long distances. I mean, that's fucking insane, right? I did a report about cars when I was in school once. That's probably why I thought like it. And the first, like, automotive race, the first, like where people were racing, I remember reading this. God damn it, I got something on my face. Was that if they went faster than 11 miles per hour, their faces would peel off. That was the narrative as to why they thought cars were so slow forever, because they thought that's what I remember that from the report. I don't know what kind of legitimacy that there is to that, but I remember reading it and it being a point that stuck out to me. Like, how were they that stupid back then? This was in 1916 or some shit like that. I don't know.
How many times does
It would take a day to get from me to you traveling at those speeds. Yeah, fuck yeah.
like the smile of a child, right?
And that's over if you had like properly paved and maintained roads. We're not talking about through the muck and mire that these old roads are supposed to be. And then what happens if you're on the steam bus and you're going from point A to point B? It's a long ass distance, and one of the wheels breaks. They have an extra tire on them somewhere. I don't see one. Maybe it's on the back, I guess, but I don't see one. And how are they changing it? Does the bus driver also know how to jack the thing up and change the tire or some shit? It's not like they could radio back to fucking, headquarters and say, oh, the bus broke down and send somebody out. They could run at a half to a third of the cost of horse-drawn carriages. So how did they phase them out? Again, other than offering gas at ridiculously cheap prices until we became completely dependent on it, and there were no other options, then how did this work? How does this make sense? That one steam engine was from 1972, right? So they still had cheap gas prices by 1972. So they were still, hey, they have steam power is still an option, so we got to keep it quiet, we got to keep it low. When I first started driving, I was, 78, so I was 16, so that was 92, no, 96. My bad. Yeah, no. 92. Why am I having such a hard time with this? 78 plus 16. 94. Yeah, 94. Yeah, 90. 94 going into 95. But I remember paying 88 cents was the cheapest I ever remember paying for gas. And when I was a kid, you could take, you'd have $5. You'd go to the gas station. You get a pack of cigarettes for like $2, a couple of gallons of gas and a pop for $5. I don't know when the gas prices really started to get crazy. I mean, it was shortly after that. Even if gas prices were, and we almost got that low. During the first Trump presidency when they were trying to distract us. They let it get down pretty low. Not quite 88 cents. I don't think it dropped less than $1. At least not here, it didn't. And that lasted like a month or two. They had to give something to the Trump that they could hang their hat on. $5 gets you a single bag of chips and maybe a drink or 1 gallon of gas, right? Basically, I mean, do you remember like Matt and I are quite different. Matt could be my kid at this point. But like I remember when, candy bars were like 50 cents and shit. And they were good. They were bigger. They were bigger than they are now. They tasted better and they were a lot cheaper. Nowadays it's shocking to go buy candy and be like, what the fuck? Laffy Taffy and shit. What do you all right. Let's see. Their brakes did not lock and drag like horse-drawn transport, a phenomenon that increased damage to roads. Horse-drawn carriages, their brakes would lock and drag. What the fuck does that mean? Not even worth buying anymore, which is probably a good thing for us. Oh yeah, absolutely. Stay away from fucking candies. Stay away from Goy Slop. 7-Eleven's brand, the brand that their own personal brand that creates all the fucking nasty shit at 7-Eleven is called Goyim Foods. It doesn't even make any sort of sense, or it's not even like cute or a play. The only thing it would be a play on is Goyim Foods. It's literally called Goyim Foods. And you don't notice that? You think that's just a coincidence. And this is a new development. This isn't like they've had Goyim Foods for 50 years or some shit. This is like a brand new development. And you don't think that, like, what in today's society, with as much as things are getting exposed and all that shit, to do that is so brazen, is so arrogant, is such a spit slap punch in the face. It's really just shocking. Like, how could you possibly think that's a good idea? And yet apparently it doesn't matter. I generally never noticed that. They own like Taco Bell, right? I don't know, probably. You should never eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I remember being a kid again and thinking, McDonald's, when McDonald's used to have the 99-cent double cheeseburgers, like I've eaten a lot of McDonald's double cheeseburgers in my life. I ate a lot of McDonald's growing up. It wasn't until I was in my 20s when I first decided, like, wait a minute, like, fast food is probably something I should stay away from. But, when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s and I had construction jobs or whatever, I had to have fuel. And thankfully, I would burn it off because of my job, but I wasn't trying to, I wasn't out there cooking or shit, making my lunch at home and bringing it in. No, I didn't have that option. So I ate a lot of McDonald's. At some point, I stopped. McDonald's was just too much for me. And one of those things was like, how can you possibly profit off of a bun, 2 meat patties, 2 cheese patties, or even one? No, because the double cheeseburger had 2 cheese. It was the McDouble that had 1 cheese. So 2 cheese two slices of cheese, which seems like the cheese is the most expensive element of the process. Like, strangely enough, 2 meat, 2 cheese, a bun, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard, and you can still profit off of that for 99 cents. And it's made everywhere. Like you could be hungry at 2 in the morning, and there's gonna be these 99-cent double cheeseburgers are just waiting for you. Did it not show my comment? Shows me, but yeah, in our face, obviously. The last comment you said, or cannibalism, and they slip it in. Appreciate it. Yeah, never had a good dad, left at age 2. Yep. Soylent Green. I mean, that's what Rabbi Finkelstein said. They say it's a satire. Not satire. The excuse is that it was manufactured fake satire interview, but it doesn't sound like it. It's a long interview, and the Finkelstein character knows his shit. He never, not once does he break. Never, not once do you think, yeah, this guy might not be one of them. Might be just somebody playing along or something. It doesn't come across that way. If you can find it still, the Rabbi Finkelstein interview. And he flat out says multiple times, like, yeah, that's what McDonald's is. You know, they kidnap the children, they drain them for the fucking rituals, and then they feed them back to us in McDonald's, in the sausages and the burgers. I mean, think about it. Have you ever tasted sausage that tastes like McDonald's sausage? Try to make yourself a fucking sausage meat muffin at home. Bob Evans sure doesn't taste like that shit. The one where I said eating ourselves. Yeah, yes. Sorry. It's all good. Yeah. This song is guaranteed to put people to sleep. I mean, I always suggest that you just put TBG on, relax, turn the lights off, and just click play. But you could always put Lullabyopsy on repeat, and you'll be asleep in no time. It works like fucking gangbusters on my kids. If I go play this for one of my kids, like if I play it while he's doing, he'll look at me and give me he'll yawn and shit. It automatically kicks it in. There he goes again, ranting about his love for sausage. Gosh, that's weird, because that doesn't seem like what I was saying. Matter of fact, I was speaking against it. But I guess when you're a desperate friar, you know, you take what you can get, I guess. I don't fucking know. Burger King is good, though. No, it's fucking not, dude. None of it is good. It's all goy slop. All of it. Goy slop designed to kill you. To give you the fucking cancers and all sorts of health conditions that you then have to go use their hospital systems for and jack up your insurances and all that shit. It's all tied together. Go back here. According to engineers, steam carriages caused 1/3 of the damage to the road surface as to the surface. to the road surface as that caused by the action of horses' feet. Indeed, the wide tires of steam traction caused virtually no damage to the streets, whereas the narrow wheel of the horse-drawn carriages, designed to reduce the effort required of the horses, tended to cause rutting. Yeah, you'd think. However, the heavy road toll acts steam road vehicles, and left the way clear for the horse-drawn omnibus companies. And from 1861 onwards, the harsh legislation virtually eliminated mechanically propelled vehicles altogether from the roads of Great Britain for 30 years. The Locomotive Act of 1861 imposed restrictive speed limits on road locomotives of 5 miles per hour in towns and cities and 10 miles per hour in the country. I mean, it's just fucking nuts. And again, show me some old paintings or old pictures. I mean, 1861, by 1860, 1870, the technology for cameras was invented. So if you can show me any pictures, any paintings, any depictions of people driving around in road locomotives, I'd love to see that shit. I've never seen it before. And to think about what that entails. Again, all of these mass-produced giant fucking road locomotives. Where did their coal come from? Where did people get their coal from? This girl outside vacuuming the sidewalks. What the fuck? The Locomotives Act of 1865, the famous Red Flag Act, further reduced the speeds to 4 miles per hour in the country and just 2 miles per hour in towns and cities, occasionally requiring a man bearing a red flag to precede every vehicle. What the fuck? This is weird. Why was the government so pissed off about this? And then to think about, like, I mean, it's just weird. The government was like, no, you need to use horse-drawn carriages because they damage the streets and they cost a lot more money. I mean, the whole horse-drawn carriages, horse-powered vehicles is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Trains are pretty gross. Don't run trains. If you run in trains, just admit you're gay, and you'll probably be a lot happier. But there's something called the horseshit crisis of 18 something around 19 something or other. But this would have been a much more common thing than you think. You know, they say that, like, at a time there were 100,000 to 200,000 horse-drawn horses in everyday use in New York. They say it would have required 275 of modern day dump trucks every single day to remove the amount of shit those horses would produce in a day, to dispose of it somewhere. Where were they dumping all the horse shit off? Where was the big giant horse shit fucking the dump? Maybe that's why they call it the dump. That's why they call the junkyard the dump. Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. But seriously, where were where did they take all this shit? They didn't have 275 modern day dump trucks, so how did they do it? But the amount of horseshit that would have just been everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Horseshit everywhere. Horses require between, like 20 to 30 gallons of water every day, or maybe it's 15 gallons of water, and they either require 20 to 30 gallons of water every day and shit like 15 pounds, or they require 15 gallons of water and they shit between 20 and 30 pounds. I can't remember.
How bad does it have to be for you to hide behind?
Shit in the roads like LA homeless neighborhoods. No, even way worse than that. Way worse than that.
Quite fishy, since the only way we see relief is by washing all the fishy.
Look, we've suddenly got a bunch of dumbass friars in here, showing who the fuck who they belong to, showing their allegiances. I mean, and this is one of these things where it's like, it doesn't matter whether you like me or not. Doesn't matter what you feel. When you're talking about 100,000, 200,000 horses being in use as the main vehicles, you have to ask yourself, like, where did the shit go? There would have been so much fucking shit. Every single day, it would have just been everywhere. Oh, you don't like me. I disagree. I'm pretty sure if I told you to blow me, you'd drop down. I think you fucking fantasize about that shit, you weirdos.
Sheldon and Miriam Adelson's Israel They Own, Israel's #1 free news weekly,
210 pounds of shit a week. That's that's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit.
The ritual sexual abuse that is everywhere in Israel, every sector.
It's a lot of shit. Like I said, 275 modern day dump trucks every single day just to clear the streets of all the shit. And then who's doing it? Who's the cleanup company that's going around cleaning up the streets every day? New York has been a fucking metropolis for as long as, you know, we supposedly know. Like, it's always been a big fucking industrialized city with huge skyscrapers and shit. Where did all these horses park? What'd they do with the horses at nighttime? Or whatever. Because that's what they say when you see all those videos. Those people are going to work in all those buildings. Well, then where'd they leave their horses? What was the horse parking lot like? At the same time, the act gave the power to specify the hours during which any such vehicle might use the roads. The sole exceptions were street trams, which from 1879 onwards were authorized under the license of the Board of Trade. In 1881, the engineer John Inshaw built a steam carriage for use in Aston, Birmingham, UK. Capable of carrying 10 people at speeds of up to 12 miles per hour, Inshaw discontinued his experiments due to the legislation then in force. I mean, it just seems so fucking weird.
Laugh like soft, mad children, smug and woolly kind of crazy.
You know, the government is trying to step in to prevent this technology. 4 and 5 mile an hour, or up to 12 mile an hour, giant locomotive train cars, what are they called? Locomotive cars? I don't know. Going up and down these roads, like, do you understand how fucking crazy that is? And why have you never seen or heard of this? Anytime I've ever seen or heard anybody talk about the 1800s and whatnot, there's never talk of these giant locomotive cars, train cars, whatever the fuck they're called. These steam buses, I've never heard of this shit before. Yeah, why would they care about that? How is that low speed threatening? Well, it's faster than the horses can travel, right? So if the horses can travel that fast, then I think you mean 2028, you dumbass. And who's Donald? Who the fuck is Donald? Donald Trump, 2029. That's definitely a pedo. Look at that fucking profile picture. That profile picture and a Trump supporter, you know he fucks with kids. Obviously. 4 years ago, 10 subscribers. Like I say, anybody that supports Trump clearly is a pedophile. You don't see, you don't know everything that's come out about Trump and just go, oh, well, he still has my support. He's done what? Did he give everybody free energy? Did he free health care? Did he eradicate cancer? Did he do something? Like, any of those things wouldn't be justification for what he's done, but at least you would have something you could be like, but he did this. He hasn't even done anything but raise the gas and food prices, which he said he wouldn't do. Like, the gas prices are $2 higher than they were when Biden was in office. Wasn't it at $2.29 and shit? Or was that? It was between $2.50 and $3.50 for sure. And the thing that he ran on more than anything, the things that the average Trump pansy would say prior to the election was that he was going to lower gas and food prices because Biden and Kamala sat around raising all the gas and food prices. How much does avocados cost? 99 cents. Let's make it $1.99. They didn't do that, but gas prices have gone up. Mr. No New Wars. We're literally sending our guys off to go die, boots on the ground in Israel or for Israel. We get no benefit and they refuse to send their own people. Like, what is it about Trump that you like so much? He's withholding all of the evidence that should exonerate him by his own admissions. But they connect Epstein to 9/11, and they can't let that section of the files be released. They release the old ones, and they release the newer ones, at least portions of them. But there's that collection between 97 and 2010 or some shit that they refuse to release, even though it completely exonerates Trump. I agree with some of his policies. Like what? Why does everybody always have such a hard time telling us what good things Trump's done? What about hot air balloons and airships flying around? What's up with that? What's up with this? Yeah, we're not even at airships yet. If locomotives been aiming on there in front of free energy. Yup, imagine. Obviously airships were a big fucking deal. And yet they faked the Hindenburg. If you watch the video, the guy that's filming it happens to look away just as whatever it is catches fire. Whatever the initial sort of fire thing, the initial catastrophe, he's looking away. And then when he comes back, shit's on fire and going down. And to think that one fucking disaster would eliminate an entire industry, that's dumb as hell, but then that's what they did with the Concorde. The Concorde was a monopoly on traveling across the ocean at roughly half the speed it takes now, or in any other capacity. The first Concorde was made in 1969 and was run entirely by computers. The only thing that the pilots had to do was land and take off. And what did the computers look like in 1969? Big old giant rooms of computers with turning wheels on them and flashing lights and shit. Where did all those computers fit in the Concorde? Where did all those computers fit in the submarines in 1952? Was it 1952 when they said they wanted the nuclear submarines, or 19... Oh, I'm fucking off. 30. I mean, it's 35. I don't remember what it is. I think it's 52. They decided they wanted them, and by 56 they had it. Nuclear-powered submarines. In order to have that, you especially when it comes to ballast tanks, you would have to have computers sensing the depth and sensing the pressure and filling the tanks and emptying the tanks as needed and regulating the pressure and all. You couldn't do all that by hand. But what do I know? I'm fucking dumb. During his first term, the Trump administration introduced a rapid DNA testing pilot program for the southern border. The Czech swab test for human trafficking. What? What? That's not a good thing. That they're just randomly swabbing people to check for human trafficking. All they have to do is read the list and the read the list, the names in the file. You want to talk about human trafficking, you know, or change the laws that all these fucking pedo hunters out here that consistently catch guys 100% have the police response behind them, and immediately they get arrested and dealt with. That's how we eliminate the fucking problem. But no, the Trump administration is trying to help with that. The Red Flag Act was repealed in 1896, and experimental steam buses again operated in various places in the UK and around the empire. Liquid Fuel Engineering, LIFU, of Crows built steam buses from 1897 to 1901. Man, so many of these things had such a short life. DAP's the best. Fuck yeah, DAP's the best. If you actually watch catches, you can hear you hear it all the time. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. That's the thing they fear most. They don't say, oh no, please don't call the cops. They're not scared of getting in trouble because they know it's a slap on the wrist. You know, more than likely the cops won't even do shit, but the cops will be there to protect them. Please don't hurt me. They don't want to be physically hurt. They're fucking cowards. They're pieces of shit. Anybody that's fucking with a child is a big fucking coward, a big pussy. And the last thing they want is to be physically assaulted. And that beats the shit out of them to a degree. I put it in the song. Don't slap these pieces of shit in the face. Kick them square in the dick as hard as you can. That needs to start kicking dudes in the dick. Boom! Okay, I'm gonna slap you. All right, ready? Boom! And just kick them in the dick as hard as you can. Bust some fucking testicles. Do whatever you can to wreck that thing. I guarantee that starts to be the case. That starts to be what's happening, and you're going to see a tremendous drop. Nobody wants to get kicked in the dick. 0 viewers, 11 likes, by the way. 0 viewers, 11 likes. Makes sense, doesn't it? You're here, and obviously other people are here, but now it's 2. You think it is that simple? Girls get dragged into vans, then drove to Mexico, or smuggle somewhere another way. I don't know how they get girls over the border. You're just such a dumb racist that you keep focusing on the southern border and Mexico and shit. The worst human traffickers, the worst people in this country are white people, hands down. Why? Because it's a numbers game. White people make up 69% of the U.S. population, unless you include those, you exclude those that have Hispanic in their backgrounds but consider themselves white. Then it's only 55%, because white people are racist. But every bad thing and every good thing that happens in this country, white people do the most of it. Because that's what the numbers say. Other than like black on black crime, white people do everything worse. There are more white people on welfare. There are more white people murderers. There are more white people committing crimes. They might not get busted for it, but they're absolutely doing it.
Claiming they're on the right page of history, no living free, we're frozen from the fright they demand while on the bright stage, planning to incite rage against the solution, religious pollution commands the black and white race, banning whatever might make their fake supremacy clear to those who stand and fight fate made to make us disappear. For forsaking their revered, weird, confusing belief they're chosen. They've been shaking us down for years while cheering ice that keeps us frozen.
Good God, that boy's bad. The shipping containers in LA and the boating ports in LA. Yeah, I'm sure it's beyond our wildest fucking thoughts. You know why? Because we're not like that. We don't think like that. But what's way more fucking concerning is how the government, the police, the system treats those motherfuckers getting caught. Treats the predator hunters out there doing the cops' job for them because they refuse to do it. Oh no, they ruined an investigation. How long do you have to investigate somebody? How many fucking kids do you need to see them fuck with before that's enough? DAP seems to catch them on the first try. Why can't you do that? LeFou buses ran at Mansfield from July 1st, 1898, between Dover and Deal in 1899, Fairford and Cirencester, I don't know, for the Midland and Southwestern Junction Railway in 1898 and 1899. Amazing how we have the details about shit like this, but that's it. You want to know the detail when they started? Yeah. How did they build them? In 1899, a 24-seat, 14-on-top bus of the E. Gillette Company, Hounslow, was licensed, but ran no regular service. Why? I got called by Rachel today, which was the first time I checked. I'm white. That's one. Workers heard screams and went on strike. Others took the hush money. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I get it. Straker buses were run by Potteries Electric Traction from 1901. Straker.
Welcome to the ice agents and ladies in the shady system. Kidnapped by the ice agents.
Straker Squire, also known as Brazil Straker, was a British automobile manufacturer based in Bristol and later in Edmonton and North London. The company was first formed in 1893 at St. Philip's, Bristol, as Brazil Straker and Company by the Irish engineer J.P. Brazil and the London motor agent Sidney Straker. What? An Irish guy's last name was Brazil? That's weird as shit. In 1899, Sidney Straker joined forces with Edward Bailey and went into production of steam wagons, joining in partnership with L.R.L. Squire in 1904, and production reached 200 steam wagons by 1906. Yet, if you look at the fucking video from 1906 in San Francisco, that video must show 1,000 different vehicles. London Road Car Company ran a Hammersmith Shepherd's Bush Oxford Circus route with a Thornycroft 36-seat, 12 inside in 1902. Thornycroft was an English vehicle manufacturer which built coaches, buses, and trucks from 1896 until 1977.
Yes, we drank beer, liked beer, still like beer. We drank beer. The drinking age, as I noted, was 18, so the seniors were legal. Senior year in high school, people were legal to drink, and we drank beer. And I said sometimes probably had too many beers, and sometimes other people had too many beers. We drank beer. We liked beer.
Thornycroft's steam van of 1896. Oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Guy sitting up front just dragging on in the back. Like, again, look at the wheels and undercarriages. All of the different companies seem to have the same wheels and undercarriages and shit. So, who was the supplier of it? Image of the W. Thornycroft steam dust cart developed in 1896 and first used by Chiswick District Council. Thornycroft steam wagon 1897 with a tipper body to act as a dust cart. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. This is the Thornycroft lorries requisitioned for service in 1914. A fleet of Thornycroft lorries requisitioned for service. What the fuck? Like, that's not a real picture. Do you understand how fucking amazing this would be? To set this up like this? To park each vehicle just a little bit, you know, like that? You understand how ridiculous that picture is? Man, this shit just doesn't make any sense. And I could just keep reading. I'm done. I don't feel like doing anymore because it's all just fucking stupid. It's all fucking stupid. What do you think about Stargates? I think we, Goyim, need to unify and overthrow the friars that control our narrative if we ever want to know the truth about Stargates. You know, I don't think there's a leaving this planet and going to another. I don't buy into any of that bullshit. I think if anything, it's kind of like the Lego movie where we have our little dome and then you can go to another dome where it's like the Wild West, or another dome where it's like, you know, ancient China dragons, or like another dome where it's super futuristic and shit. Maybe different TV shows, different networks. But I don't think we have any sort of accurate idea of what any of it is, because that's how it's designed. So that's the answer to all of it. What about this? What about that? Whatever. It's all about, we need to unify and overthrow the friars that control the narrative. That being said, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Go get your free download. We'll never know until the friars go. Nice. Yeah, have yourselves a great day. Check out the free download, www.the-bilderberg.group.com. Be the first link in the description. Click download, it'll ask you how much you want to pay. You click 0 and it's free, or you could fucking donate. That'd be really cool of you. But it's awesome. It's well worth it. It's more music than you even think. So go check it out. Go check out all the links in the description. It's the evidence. You guys want evidence? I provide you evidence. So go check it out. Matt, have a great day. John, go fuck yourself. Pedophiles, kill yourself.